We are back. We are back in Caramel's court, honey. Y'all see me in my coat room? Girl, I had to put this one back up, honey, since folk is out here saying they about to be up and suing folks. I said, listen. We gotta put this one back up. But good morning. Happy hump day to my humpers. Happy hump day to my humpers. How y'all doing? Hold up. Let me get my stuff set up, child. Cause baby, all right. We are back, honey, in Caramel's court, honey. Yes, we are. Let's go ahead and speak to my people. I see Sweet Vern is first. I see she is first. Let's see. Sweet Vern, good morning. My top flight, Ma Rose Armstead is here. Miss Laura Eden is here. She said, good morning, Miss Caramel and chat. Happy Wednesday. Hey. Shirley Terry is here. Erica Butler is here. Sheila Bennett is here, honey. Leslie Salmon is here. She says, I made a live. Yes, you did, baby. You are here. All right, let's see. Gail West is here. C. Lewis is here. Delilah T is here. Pepper's Love is in the building. Erica Rogers is here. Felicia is here. George Janice is here. Good morning. Good morning, Henry Lee. Good morning, D. Nice. Good morning, Joyce S. Pick. Good morning, Cynthia Williams. Good morning, Cassandra D. Good morning to the Humpers. All right, Shirley Bishop, I see you. Janet Driscoll is here. Denise Slate is here. All right, Sunny Days. That's a content creator. Y'all check her out. All right. She is in the building as well. Let's go on down, honey. Carla Van Zandt, I see you. Lisa's World is up in here. SD Warren is here. Kim Naughton is here. Good morning. Says, go ahead. Let him try to sue. See, she already came in reading. Let's see this read. Said that they never everything is going to come out. Says that I can't wait. I'm laying here just waiting. Says that I know you're going to have all the receipts. Bring it on, honey. You know I am. All right. Yes, baby. Y'all know I be digging, honey. I'm gonna dig and I'm gonna find it out, baby. She already got her popcorn popped and she ready, honey, for this good show. I know that's right. Cupcake Mamas is in the building. Yes, hey Ronnie, good morning. Deborah Johnson is in the building. Judy Brown is here. Tammy Fox is here. Tamara Walls is here. Chevelle Carter, I see. April RN, Virgo. If y'all need a good RN, honey, y'all need a good nurse. If y'all feeling like y'all about to faint and fall out during the show, y'all going to call Miss April RN, honey. She gonna get y'all together. Now, don't call Ariane because she ain't finished her classes. All right, y'all might go on to pass out if you have Ariane over there trying to give you that mouth to mouth because she ain't done with her classes. She still got some semesters in her. But go on and call April and she got you. Okay. Now, no filter, fine. Thank you, honey, for being here. Nikki B, Purple Unicorn, another content creator. Overcomer, I am. All right. She is in the building. Flower Bloom is here. Charissa Hurst is here. Brown eyes. Okay. Pretty brown eyes. Hey, okay, she's here. Who is this? Kathy Hudson is here. Elizabeth James is here. Nikki B is here. Alan Ford is here. Vera Dockery is here. Lost Sheep is in the building. Come on, Lost Sheep. You better find them sheep. All right. Say your background, honey, is in court. Yes, it is, girl. Folks saying they suing, we got to be in court, right? You got to be in court to sue someone. Says that, are you the judge and you gonna send us people today? Girl, I'm gonna slam my gavel on somebody's damn hand today. I'm gonna get them knuckles today. I'm gonna wham on them knuckles. Yes, we are. All right, Carla Gass, Daisy Lewis is here. Wamari Harris is here. All right, I think I said Nikki B. Good morning. My other mod is Tyra is here. Tyra is in here. All right. Trey, stay ready. You better let them know. You ain't got to get ready, honey. If you ready, you better let them know, honey. She came in here ready. Nene Love, Kenyatta Jones is here. Cam is in the building. Come on in here, Cam. Dorica McCoy. Come on, honey. Says that. Let's see what she got to say. Hold on. Says now that Martell is getting sued, maybe he'll leave Melody and a child. I don't know what they're suing for. Don't nobody want that damn hearse he driving around in because he ain't got shit else. He broke. But we gonna get into it, girl. We gonna get into it. We ain't gonna drag his ass just yet. We got it. I got him. Trust me, I got it. All right, Miss May, come on in here, honey. Yes, she is here. Vernetta Evans is here. Okay, said we know that you are about to give it to us straight, and I'm here for it. You better be here for it, girl, because we gonna tear in his ass today. Yes, we are, honey. I'm about to leave all kind of holes in the back of his pants, baby. I'm tearing all up in his ass. All right, let's get into it. Who else? Ash is here. Brittany Janae is say, hey, Judge Rail. Yes, honey, Judge Caramel is in the building. Yes, we are, honey. Yes, honey, we here love in the background. Oh, y'all know we messy over here. We messy, honey. All right, so we got 176 already here. Y'all piled in because y'all trying to get this news. I know y'all gonna be able to use. And we got some real good topics too, okay? We got some real good topics. So we got a good show planned. Y'all don't forget to go ahead and tap on my like button because you know we're gonna have a good show. All right, I don't even have y'all come up in here. I don't be playing that good old background music while y'all waiting on my ass to get in here if I ain't gonna have a good show. Okay, so go ahead and tap on my like. Go ahead and tap on my like. All right, let's get into it. Everything said in the video is alleged and in my opinion and is used for fair use and entertainment. All right, let's talk. Life is in the building. Thanks for being here, love. All right, let's get on into it. Now I don't really have no politics today because I'm feeling messy on a good Wednesday. We just gonna jump on into the mess in the news. Are y'all okay with that? Y'all okay with that? No politics today? Because I know y'all want to hear that shit anyway about no damn Trump and all that. But we might have some tomorrow, but not today. Let's get into it. According to Neighborhood Talk, girl, let's get into it. Let me move this down because it's throwing me off. All right, let's jump on into it. Baby, we gonna be, oh Lord, we gonna eat the food today. It's Wednesday. I'm feeling petty. Y'all already know what it's about to be, girl. All right, so it says, what would you do? All right, now Publishers Clearinghouse. Y'all remember Publishers Clearinghouse? Files for bankruptcy, leaving winners financially stranded. It says that one man claims that he was getting $260K a year. He said, this feels like a fucking nightmare. What the fuck is my money? All right, hold on. Shit. Now, y'all know Publishers Clearinghouse, a lot of people elected to like every month get like a check. I'm like this. If I win a huge winning, I don't want my shit spread out. Give me all my money now, just in case y'all run up on some shit like this. If y'all want to go file for bankruptcy, then y'all holding my money up and I don't get my money and I got to wait and be fighting in court and all that. Hell no. If I win $260 million, give me all of that. Okay, take out y'all taxes and shit and go on and give me that. Don't be paying me no shit per week and all. No. Let's get into this because anybody ever won a Publishers Clearinghouse? Anyone in my chat, have y'all ever won a Publishers Clearinghouse? Baby, let's get into it.
Publishers Clearinghouse became famous for its prize patrol that delivers those big oversized checks to people across the country. Well, now they're facing some of their biggest problems yet. They're going bankrupt, and they are not able to pay winners as promised.
Yeah, they declared bankruptcy back in April. Kyle Aboshi explains what that means for people still owed money.
So stop making excuses. Only Publishers Clearinghouse can make you so rich, so fast, so enter.
There's no place like our house.
For decades, Publishers Clearinghouse made dreams come true.
Hi, people. It's true. It's really true.
And in August of 2012, the prize patrol delivered. John Wiley of Southern Oregon figured he was set for life.
You are John Wiley.
Yes, I am.
You're shaken. Just as it says here, you have won $5,000 a week forever.
The jackpot allowed John to retire and move closer to his kids. He bought a house near Bellingham with enough land for the 4 dogs and 2 goats. Earlier this year, John expected his forever prize payment to arrive, as it always did. $260,000 direct deposit, but the money never came. And in April, Publishers Clearinghouse filed for bankruptcy.
You know, I thought, why didn't somebody at least give me a heads up? Hey, we're going out of business, something. But no, it's like somebody just cut the cord and I'm falling.
With no annual prize payment, the 61-year-old is scraping by. He relied on that income. It was his lifeline.
Did a $5,000 a week forever. See, I just want my shit up front. I don't like to play like that. Like, don't be allowancing my money out to me every fucking week. Give me all my winnings at once, just in case.
And was supposed to be forever.
Sold my jet ski, sold my trailer. I had a little bit of money left over, and that's what I'm living on right now.
John's had trouble finding work, and the bills are piling up.
Pretty sure I'm going to lose my home.
Publishers Clearinghouse.
That's so sad. That is so sad. I would sue the hell out of them. But then what you gonna get if they in bankruptcy? Like, damn. But it said Publishers Clearinghouse, the company famous for showing up at people's doors with oversized check, filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy this past April. Now, at the time, the company assured that the prize payments would continue uninterrupted, but an investigation found that at least 10 winners who had been receiving annual checks suddenly stopped getting their money. Now, 61-year-old John Wiley, who you guys just saw, won $260,000 a year for life back in 2012. Now, for over a decade, it says that the prize money funded his retirement and allowed him to live near family. Says that now he says that the future isn't looking too good. Says that this feels like a nightmare, according to him. Said, I thought that this was going to go on for the rest of my life, so I didn't really have to worry about money. That's why you don't just spend to the dime like that. Hell no. I don't do that shit. You gotta spend, spend some, put some away. Spend some, put some away. It says that He says, now I'm looking at losing my home and I can't even find work, child. It says in a statement, ARB Interactive, the company that recently acquired PCH, which is Publishers Clearinghouse, tried to distance itself from paid obligations. Now at ARB Interactive, says that we are committed to restoring and preserving the trust that has defined the Publishers Clearinghouse brand for decades. Said that we are not responsible for the payment of prize money won before our acquisition, but we have assumed responsibility for prizes awarded after July 15th of 2025. Says that as well as super prize money from May 31st, according to the company. Now, additionally, ARB says that it gave a substantial payment to the bankruptcy estate and vowed stronger safeguards for future winners. But for those ready to cut off, it says that the promise offers little comfort after building their lives around guaranteed Publishers Clearinghouse checks. Damn, that's sad. I know a lot of you guys, I see a lot of you guys sitting in the comments, y'all said that y'all thought that people never won. I kind of thought that too, I ain't gonna hold you. I thought it was always just like a, some type of scam or something, or if you will. I didn't never think that people really won that shit, because I was just like, okay. But now you guys see, so these people, a lot of them elected to get checks for life, $5,000 a week, according to what this man was saying he was getting, but he ain't even getting that shit no more because that's stopped. Which is, hey, again, for those of you lottery winners, don't be trying to get no money cut down, going to get all your money just in case some shit like this happens, okay? So yeah, I guess people were actually winning, but let's continue on. Baby, he better go down to the UPS or be a Walmart greeter or something, girl, because baby, I don't know what to tell you, sir. He shouldn't be really having to work at that time of his life. He should be retired and you can get no retirement money, but child, I don't know. All right, let's move along. For those of you parents who have children in school, this has to definitely be an eye-opener. For those of you, child, I don't know what I would do if I got this phone call. This would send me, I would go batshit crazy at the school. So a Texas woman says that teachers and staff lost her 6-year-old child on the second day of school, sent him to the wrong place during pickup. Baby, Lord, let's get into it. I can't even tell you how I would react, baby, because that's a mother's worst nightmare to hear that your child is missing or you can't find your damn child somewhere, that you left them in the care of someone. All right, let's get into
Usually I laugh and judge people when they be online crying, but what I just experienced is so traumatic. I went to pick up my 6-year-old from school. I'm in the pickup line. I'm waiting and waiting and waiting. They keep on calling his name on the little two-way mics. They kept calling his name and he wasn't coming. Everybody else is driving off with their kids and my kid was not coming. So I got out the car and I'm like, where is my child? And his own teacher that I dropped him off to this morning looked me dead in my face and said, oh, I thought you said on the second day he was going on the daycare. And I'm like, what? I didn't tell you that. Like, what are you talking about? Y'all, they didn't know where he was at. I called the police. I acted a fool because where is my fucking child? They said he was on one daycare bus, priceless. I called Priceless. I kept telling the woman, get Priceless on the phone, get Priceless on the phone. She was taking too long, so I called Priceless, and the woman said, oh, we don't have no Caleb here. Like, I said, huh? And that's when I threatened to punch the woman in the face, because why you sit here and tell me this bold-faced lie? She ran back into the building. The principal comes at this point. Bitch, I done called 911. I called the police because my child is missing. They trying to kidnap my child. What's going on? I called the police. I'm starting to get irate because they're looking like deer in headlights. Like, where is my child? I called the police, y'all. This time I'm threatening to punch the woman in the face. So I go with the principal into the office. I'm like, run me these cameras because I need to see where my child, who he left, what's going on. I need to see the cameras. Run me the cameras. So she go to her computer like she finna run the cameras. She's like, oh, we found him. He's on Priceless daycare, man. He on his way back. I said, that's a damn lie because I just called Priceless and they didn't know where he was at. Find my motherfucking child right now.
I know that's right.
I said, find my child, right? I said, if you don't locate him within about 5 minutes, it's gonna be hell to pay in here. I said, you know the movie Straw? That's what's about to happen up in here.
Not Straw. Oh shit. I know that's right.
I said, if you don't locate him within about 5 minutes, it's gonna be hell to pay in here. I said, you know the movie Straw? That's what's about to happen up in here.
Oh shit.
I said, find my child, right? I said, if you don't locate him within about 5 minutes, it's gonna be hell to pay in here. She get the daycare back on the phone, put it on speakerphone, and they confirmed that he was indeed on the van, and he was headed back en route. But that pissed me off because anybody could have got my child. Anybody could come and pick him up, and y'all could have released him to Jason, as far as I know. I know the police that came up. Do you want to come in here and sit down? No, I said I want to stay right here because I want to stay right here beside this police because that's the only thing stopping me from wringing somebody's neck right now.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Anywho, they got my fucking child. I didn't go to jail for threatening people and threatening violence. As a matter of fact, the police was nodding when I was making my points because how the fuck y'all lost my child? And I dropped him off here this morning. Do you know how fucking scary that is? Oh my God. And it was so scary. I wasn't picking up my phone to record. and now that it's over with and he's located, I'm like, damn, I wish I would have recorded this so people could see how easy it is to fucking get your kid kidnapped or lost or trafficked. Like, what is going on?
Okay, so y'all get the gist of what's going on. Because when you drop your kids off at school, you just trust that the school is going to do what they are supposed to do. It's understood if your child rides the bus, then it's understood which bus they ride. You're gonna make sure they're on the right bus to go to the correct location after school. All right. Same thing if they're getting off the bus. Like, they have a certain responsibility to make sure that your child is safe until your child returns to you. All right. I'm just saying, this shit here would send me, because, you know, kids, and the child was 6 years old, so they don't really know what the fuck is going on. They just, you know, they just getting on the bus wherever teacher tell them to go. And she's saying, hey, the teacher told her, I thought this is where you told me your child was going. She's like, no. And it should not be verbalized anyway. It should be on some type of paper. I know how that's how it is for my son at school. He don't ride the bus. He gets picked up and dropped off. So he should never be on a bus. And if he's ever on a bus, that's a problem for me. So I feel like, yeah, absolutely, that was on the school. And as a parent, I would have panicked like hell because, you know, immediately when you don't see your child or somebody say, oh, I'm not sure where the child is, they're supposed to be here, but they're not here. Immediately in your mind as a parent, your mind automatically goes into something's wrong. Somebody stole my child. Something's wrong with my child. That's just immediately how we feel and or think. So thank God that this situation turned out to where they did find the child. But the school definitely need to tighten up. The school definitely needs to tighten up. Anybody ever dealt with a situation where their child was misplaced at school? Anyone? Somebody said air tags. Yeah, I see you guys put tracking devices on your child. So they have air tags that look decorative, hair pieces, or that's a great idea. Let me put that up there. Let's go to my things. Some of you guys know, honey. Oh Lord, I cannot tell you how I will snap off, baby. I do not play by mine, honey. Let me put that one up by the air tags because that is a great idea. All right, so this Cassandra D says put air tags or put an air tag on your child. They have air tags that look like decorative hair pieces or put in their lunch boxes or their clothes. Right. Put it on them, honey. Put it on them because you don't ever know. People are crazy now. All right. You have people who sit and look for kids who be walking from school and stuff. You know, and some of these kids, I'll be honest with you, where my son's school is, it's like near a residential. I be seeing like kids that might look like they're about 7 or 8 years old, just like walking from their home to the school. And granted, the homes are here and then school is like here, but still, I just don't trust stuff like that because it only take a second for somebody to pull up, snatch your child and zoom off with your child. So I feel like some of these parents, get y'all ass out of bed and take y'all kids the fuck to school because it don't take but a second. And then you want to be blaming the school. Then you want to be on the news crying and carrying on. It's your responsibility to take your kids to the school and make sure you drop them off. I sit there when I drop my son off. I sit there and I watch him walk in the door. And when I don't see him, then I drive off. Okay, I know the camera's got his cameras in and outside, so I'm that type of parent. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna make sure his ass is where he's supposed to be, and it's too, like I said, school tighten up, but do all the safety measures that you can with your children because baby, once they're missing, that shit just, oh Lord, I could not sleep at night, and my mind go back to, and I don't want to bring that back up now because we're gonna talk about it when it's time, but I do want to mention the case with Naziah Harris, okay, from Detroit. Y'all remember how they were talking about she came home from school, and then the parents, the grandmother who had custody of her, just went to bed that night. The auntie went to bed that night, like, oh, we'll just look for her in the morning. What the fuck? How do you sleep at night when you know somebody's missing? I would not be able to sleep. I would be up all freaking night. So it was not enough panic for me. But in this situation here, mom, I feel like she acted in how she should have acted. Okay. Yeah, I don't promote violence, but baby, when your child is missing, yeah, you're gonna go upside somebody's head, you're gonna pull somebody's bangs out, you're gonna drop kick the fuck out of somebody because you want to know where your child is. And when people ain't moving fast enough and making calls like they need to, like this, okay, have that urgency when it comes to your child being missing, yeah, you're gonna snap off. And I applaud that pop off. Okay, yes, I do. All right, but let's move on though. Let's move on. Shout out to the parents in here. All right, so we're gonna stay on this topic here just a very short time. This is just a little update. So we talked about this person here yesterday. His wife filed for divorce. Now he has made it very much so clear. Pardon me skipping around. So Chrisean Rock's husband says that they were already separated, you guys, before the viral kiss cam moment with former astronomer CEO Andy Bryan. So you guys remember this whole situation where they were at a concert. Okay, they were at a concert and they got on the kiss cam and they got a kissing and carrying on. Well, they both were married to other people and they tried to hide during this little kiss cam situation, and they wound up, it was at a Coldplay concert. So the CEO, this guy here, the man, he wound up getting fired, or rather resigning from his position, okay, as an astronomer, because it was so much negative press. Then this lady here wound up resigning as well. They did work at the same company. But then now she has filed for divorce from her husband, but he has now spoken up to say, hey, we were already separated during this shit. So maybe that's why the two of them were seeing each other quietly, because her situation at home was already maybe decided that they weren't going to be together anymore. So now I guess, well, it don't make sense, but it does. You feel me? Because the husband did come forward to say, hey, we were already separated prior to this shit even, coming out. They just, got caught really in public at a damn Coldplay concert. So what do you guys think about that? I don't care no more. Let's move along. All right, so let's get into this topic here, because baby, this is going to be good. All right, so let's get into it. Now, she's going to narrate a little bit, then I'm going to dig, as I always do, okay? 11-year-old gives birth to a baby, and the stepfather, Dustin Walker, is the father. I'm going to read it again. An 11-year-old girl gives birth to a baby. Her stepfather, by the name of Dustin Walker, is the father of this child. This is some nasty shit. All right, let's get into it. All right, shout out to JDS Creativities. All right,
okay, the results are in. The stepdaddy is the father of this 11-year-old's baby. If you don't know what I'm talking about, there's an 11-year-old little girl who gave birth at home. Her mother delivered the baby, and thank goodness they had to take her to the hospital. And DNA results have now said that, or revealed that, the stepfather, Dustin Walker, is the father of that baby. Now, this story made headlines a couple of days ago, and it was just bad enough with the fact that an 11-year-old gave birth. Now, from what we understand is that this little girl has been taken out of school, so she did not go to school. She did not get any medical care, and this poor baby gave birth without any medical intervention, like no pain pills, no nothing. That poor baby. Now it comes out, they have 7 other children. They have all been removed, thank goodness. And mom is now 35 weeks pregnant. And this is just insane. There are 2 other little girls, and we're just hoping and praying that nothing bad happened to them. And of course, mom, dad, and the grandma, oh, we didn't know she was pregnant. An 11-year-old. Come on now, full term. Like, I cannot even. Mom's name is Cherie Walker. She has always also been charged, as she should have. Now, when the news reports, someone went out there to go talk to them. Of course, they didn't answer the door, but the neighbor, she's like, they're not there. But she said she had called several times about the conditions of home. There were times when they didn't even have running water. The kids were all dirty. So this was a great intervention that these kids are now getting the help and the attention that they need. But I'm pretty sure they all need therapy and they need counseling, because this is just heartbreaking. I linked the video. Y'all go check that out. You're going to hear from the assistant district attorney in this case, and you can tell she is very upset. She is, as she should. As far as prosecuting this case, they can stand by and wait for it. This is between the parents, the mother, the stepfather, and the grandmother. They have all failed that child. Let's make sure to keep this 11-year-old in our thoughts and prayers, because her body has been through changes. As an adult, as a woman, you go through changes, but as an 11-year-old child, her body has went through permanent changes that I cannot imagine how her brain is even trying to wrap around that. also the fact that now she has a baby that came out of her. So anyway, let's keep her and her siblings in our thoughts and prayers. And y'all.
All right, so let's stop sharing. Let's go ahead and dig, because I went ahead and took the liberty of pulling this story so we can talk about it. Let me go ahead and put my trigger warning banner up, because this shit just really sent me. I don't like shit like this. But y'all know with our show, we talk about everything, and we try to keep it to where you guys. Let me go ahead on over to the story, because I don't know why I put that up there. All right, so we got a few pop-up ads, which I'd be so sick of this shit. All right, so let's go ahead and share. Let's go ahead and talk about this child, because listen, this child just came across my desk, and I said, Lord, am I going to be in here hollering and carrying on? Because y'all know how I be feeling, child, about the chilling. All right, so, let me see, can I get rid of this ad? Stop seeing this ad. Ad is covering the content. All right, so get rid of the ad. Get rid of the ad. Okay. All right, so shout out to Daily Mail. Okay, shout out to Daily Mail, because this is where we're reading. This is recent, as you guys can see up top, September 10th. All right. So a girl, 11 years old, give birth at home as parents who didn't know that she was pregnant are arrested for neglect. Thank you so much, Angie B. Okay, says, good morning, y'all. It's my birthday. Come on, it's my birthday. It's my birthday. Happy birthday. Y'all give her a happy birthday shout out. Okay. Happy birthday to Miss Angie B. Thank you so much for the super sticker, love. All right, let's get on into it. Let's go ahead and read real good, honey, so y'all can see what's going on. Now, a couple in Oklahoma has been arrested after an 11-year-old girl in their care gave birth at home without any medical assistance, though they insisted they did not know the girl was pregnant. How the fuck do you not know when she carried to full term? You can't look at an 11-year-old and tell that there's a protruding belly there. But y'all thought it was gas. Said that the girl's mother, Cherie Walker, 33 years old, and her stepfather, Dustin Walker, 34, are facing felony child neglect charges after they allegedly failed to provide supervision or medical care to the child who gave birth at their house in Muskogee on August the 16th, according to Fox 23 reports. Now, she was 36 weeks pregnant and gave birth to a full-term baby, according to court documents obtained by the local news station. Now, investigators, that's they nasty asses right here. Investigators also claimed in the charging documents that the 11-year-old received no prenatal care and had not been to the doctor in over a year. Now, it says that she was also reportedly homeschooled. Prosecutors then only found out about the incident after the girl was taken to a local hospital following the birth of the child. It says that I was horror stricken to find out it's an 11-year-old girl who's given birth. Said, and that she had no medical care and she had no one to be with her. District attorney, Janet Hudson told the news station. Said that she added in remarks on News on 6 that the young girl is traumatized. It said that she has been through a horrific ordeal. She says, I mean, not only has somebody gotten her pregnant, but she gave birth at home without medical assistance, and this will be with her for the rest of her life. This is the girl's mother. This is the stepfather, which is alleged to be the father of the 11-year-old's baby. This is the house that they lived in. You can tell something ain't right, right? You can look at this shit and tell something is not right. Okay. The young girl gave birth to a full-term baby, as you guys can see. Yeah. So let's continue. So Hudson says that she is now planning on filing additional charges against Cherie and Dustin, who are being held on a $100,000 bond ahead of their scheduled September the 3rd court appearance. Now that date has passed already. Now I need to find out what has happened since that court appearance. And I said the prosecutors are also awaiting paternity tests to determine who may have impregnated the young girl. Those may take up to 2 weeks to complete. It says in the meantime, the 11-year-old girl and her 5 siblings have been removed from the home where next door neighbor Cheryl Atkins said that they were exposed to unstable and unsanitary conditions. You can look at the outside and tell the shit was busted on the inside. Said that they have no running water for the last 2 or 3 years. Fuck, you stay in the house with no running water for 2 or 3 years, she exclaimed. Said that noting that she had made several calls to the police and authorities over the years to check on the children and is now afraid to help arrived too late. Yeah. Said that Atkins also said that she is convinced that Sherry and Dustin knew about the young girl's pregnancy, despite their insistence that they were completely unaware. Yeah, they knew. Like, you had 6 kids, you definitely know that your child is pregnant. Said that this is getting to me, according to the neighbor, said that they robbed her of her childhood. Said that the young girl's grandmother, only identified as Michelle, though, says that the community does not know the whole story. I don't give a fuck about the whole story. The fact is, 11-year-old girl is pregnant in your care, and it's alleged that the damn stepfather is the father of said child. Says that I just want people to know that we did not know this was happening. Says none of us. She says that, adding that she is upset that her daughter and son-in-law are being portrayed as monsters. This is the grandmother. Lock her ass up too. Because how the fuck you don't know your granddaughter's pregnant? I'm pretty sure she's been to your house during the time that she was carrying. So questions should have been asked and the police should have been called. Said that they are not, said the grandmother said that they love those children and they love them. Girl, sit down. Said that she also claimed that the house is in such poor conditions because of the family's pets. So get rid of the fucking pets. Said that we have animals, and so sometimes there's trash on the floor because the dogs get into trash. According to the grandmother, all right, she says, but it gets cleaned up. But they said that the conditions were horrific in the house. So it's more than a dog getting into the damn trash and pulling, maybe a paper plate or some tissue or something up out of there. It's more than that. Said that right now it's probably a mess because the animals are in there. According to the grandmother, said that we tried to let them out, but they tried to keep it clean. Said that she says of the daughter and son-in-law. Says as to who may have impregnated the granddaughter. Says that Michelle said that the young girl told her that the baby's father is a 12-year-old whom Michelle used to babysit. Said that she keeps telling everybody it was him. Said that they got curious. That's all I know. So now when he's trying to put it on a 12-year-old, but according to court documents, they're saying it is believed that it's the stepfather, this joker right here with his nasty ass. And then the mother is alleged to be pregnant again. So the daughter, the 11-year-old, just had a baby, and then the mother is also pregnant. So this bastard was jumping up and down on the 11-year-old and on the mother as well. Nasty. The asses need to be locked up. So when the police came there to search, do whatever they needed to do, these two done got the hell up out of them. But the kids, they got the kids though. Okay, DSS got the kids. But yeah, what do y'all think? They tried to run, but they did catch them. What do y'all think? What do y'all think? That's them. This is the house again. All right. So the young girl gave birth to full term inside the family's home. So if the house is in deplorable conditions, think about because y'all know when you have a baby, your body is open. You have to be in a sanitized space. That's why you go to the hospital, whatever, in order to do that. Okay. So think about them giving birth to this baby in a non-sanitized place with animals and shit running around, probably feces and all of that in the house. I'm just visualizing if they said the house is in deplorable conditions, there's no running water. So how the fuck did you wash up, wipe up, clean up, having a baby in that home in those conditions? Yeah. All right. So this says view gallery. There's 2 pictures. Let's see. All right. So that's the house. Y'all see it? Why the fuck is there foil on the window? Why is there foil on the window? And why is this on the door? Y'all see that? Where the door look like it's propped with a board to keep it closed. Weird. All right, so let's see the second picture. Okay, so that's the grandmother. I was trying to see if they were going to show something on the inside, but obviously not. But that's the house. That is the house. Oh, is there a third picture? Oh, yeah, no. All right, so let's go back. Yeah, so that is the house that the 11-year-old gave birth. With animals and shit running around, probably cats, fucking dogs. Ain't no telling what else. Probably a fucking hog running around in there. Nasty, nasty, nasty. But praise God, they did step in and they have this 11-year-old. There is an open case with this. They are proceeding with charges. Okay, yeah, for these 2 nasty bastards right here. Okay, ain't no telling what was going on in that house. Prayers, 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 prayers. See, when you always think that your life is really going in the wrong direction and bad, it's always somebody's shit is worse than you. It's always somebody's shit worse than you. When you see something, say something. And I'm going to say that to anybody. When you see something, I'm going to say it again because a lot of people say, oh, that ain't my business. It's absolutely your business, especially if children are involved. When you see something, say something. Okay? When you see something, say something. Because I saw some shit. I told you I used to work back in the day with children when you go into the home, okay? And I saw some very deplorable conditions as well. And I had to report that shit. You don't want to do that, but that's your job. I worked as a habilitative technician back in the day. And baby, when I tell you a lot of the things that you see when children come to school, sometimes it's worse. Okay. A lot of times it's worse when you go into the homes. Children not having food in the homes, roaches crawling, the house don't look like it was clean. You got to report that stuff because that is a form of abuse. It is. It really is. And even though you don't want to do that and have children ripped away from their parents, you have to think ahead of that. You got to think about the child. Fuck the parents and what's going to happen to them. It's the children that's being made to live in those conditions. So the fact that this little girl's entire life has changed, her life will never be the same because she had a child. She's still a child. Her body is still developing. So think about it, 36 weeks with another human growing in her body. No medicine or anything. Because child, I know I had shit. We already know how those contractions can be. So imagine for an 11-year-old baby, I about turned it out in the hospital with them contractions before they gave me my epidural because I was in a lot of pain. So I can't imagine at home, no, doctor assistance, no epidural, no nothing, like nothing. And you just home, just like, oh, girl, cats and shit probably all around. Baby, that sent me, okay? But that's what had happened. Let's move on because I know I'm going to get upset by this topic, okay? Let's get into some Chrisean news while we're talking about trash parents. We got to put her in there too because, baby, she also is. All right, yes, she is. Y'all go ahead and put it in there. I know y'all were going to sound off on that topic, and that's why I did it, okay? Just to bring awareness. Just to bring some awareness, all right? All right, so let's go ahead and share our next topic. This definitely concerns Chrisean Rock. You guys know she has since given custody to her sister for her son, all right? Which that could be a good and bad thing, all right? It's a bad thing because she's not taking the time to step up as a parent. She's too busy. Dating and other things are more important than being a parent. You have parents out there who work, just like myself, and have other things that they do outside of work, but that does not cut into me being a parent. That's first. That's going to always be first. If the school called me right now, this live will end. Just understand it. School called me right now and say, hey, there's an emergency with your child. I got to end this live because that reigns precedence over everything else that goes on. But when you have that mentality as a mother that, men and other people, I can't stand to see women put men ahead of their children. Okay. And Chrisean, I don't know what the fuck is going on with you. But thank God her sister did step up so that the system didn't take him. All right. Because he definitely needs a lot of attention because he has a lot of medical situations going on. But let's get into Blueface's mother speaking out. Okay. Blueface's mother, Clarissa, is speaking out about Chrisean still does not have a bed for this child. Let's get into it, child.
They got you running around with your fourth nigga. Ain't got damn bedroom for your son. Hollering you're rich out here. Hollering you're buying houses and Bentleys and trucks and all kind of shit. When all the real mothers want you to do is buy a motherfucking bedroom for my grandson. That's all we want you to do. We want you to walk up in the room and show us all the details that you perfected and put in there. We want to see all the scriptures that you want to put on the wall for him over his bed. We just want to see a motherfucking bed at this point. But you see what they want? Look at them. Let me read you some of them. Let me read you some of them. I'm gonna read you some of your fan base, what they got to say to you. Why it matters to you? Why does it matter to me? Because it matters to my son that his son have. They got you running around with your fourth nigga.
I'm sorry.
A bedroom, because he had a bedroom. You see what they saying? Why it mattered to you? She don't gotta show us shit. She show you shit every day, and if she didn't show you shit, you wouldn't have shit to do in your life. That's why. They said, why she don't gotta show us shit. We done all showed you all our kids' bedrooms. That's our top priorities. A bedroom, because he had a bedroom.
So she's saying that, y'all know he just turned 2 years old on September 3rd, and I remember because that's my son's birthday. I'll never forget it. But her son, Chrisean Jr., just turned 2 years old. She's saying he still does not have a bed. He still doesn't have his own bedroom. So but Chrisean running around here with all these chains around her neck, running around driving a Bentley and doing all these other things, appearing to be this Hollywood type of chick. But, charity begins at home. Your son should be straight. Your son should have toys and a bed and all these other things. He should have the best doctors, okay? Fuck that. Pawn them chains on your neck, girl, and go and get your son the very best doctors that you can find for all of the things that he has going on. Forget a boyfriend. The boyfriend right now is the last thing that you need. I'd be so sick and tired of seeing these women so male dependent when you have issues that are more pressing than a nigga. And I'm gonna go ahead and say it right now. And that go for any woman in my chat, outside my chat, if you listen in the bushes. If you choose a nigga over your child, you're a trash ass bitch. And I said it right here. And if you feel offended, change your ways. All right. I get so sick of seeing that. Why do you need a man in your life when really your children should come first? So many women do that shit and it's irritating. Stop putting men before your children. Chrisean needs to focus on her child. You all out on Instagram. It's like every other day there's a new video of you booed up with this dude. And your child, you know, gave your child to your sister so you could be free to run around and do you. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. That child didn't ask to be here. That child didn't ask to have to deal with all the medical things that he's dealing with because you wanted to smoke and or drink while your ass was pregnant with him. So the least you can do now that he's here is deny yourself. Because being a parent means just that. Deny yourself. Be plenty of times I want to go out, shake my ass, and do what I want to do. But my responsibility is my son got to go to school tomorrow. I got to make sure he is in the bed. His school clothes is out. All that shit, homework done. As a parent, that shit come first. Okay? That come first. And women need to understand that children don't ask to be here. So when you bring them into this world, they come first. They come first. Okay? Period. Clarissa is right for what she's saying. All right. She always on Chrisean's ass, but Chrisean gonna do what the fuck she wants to do. And it's so sad. It's very sad. Let's move along into other topics. Cause baby, I ain't even ready to yell yet. I ain't even ready yet. Yeah, that's on period. That's on period. Some trash ass hoes out here. I gotta call them hoes. That's exactly what it is. Y'all laying up here getting all these fucking wop mouths and the nasty, silly ass niggas out here. Ain't even worth it. And then your children being neglected emotionally, psychologically, physically. They ain't got no food and just this crazy shit. You worry about a man, did he eat and your child ain't ate yet? What the? Like, get the fuck out of here. I can't stand hoes like that. Get y'all shit together out here. Get y'all shit together. If you ain't gonna raise the kids right, give them to somebody that will. And don't be over there trying to be telling them how to raise them when your ass didn't do it when you had them. And that's the problem with Chrisean. She on her sister's ass now about what I'm coming to see my son. Bitch, you didn't want to see him when he was in your house. So don't even be trying to regulate and tell her what she gonna do after you done told her to take custody of your child. Like, sit down. Sit down. You gonna set up a time. And I said it yesterday. If you gonna give me custody, you gonna do like everybody else when they come to my house. You gonna call me first, and you gonna set up a time to come see your child that you didn't want to raise, that you gave to me, which now is another burden on me because I got kids too. That's how that shit works. I wish the fuck you would come ring my doorbell. I'm here to see my son. Bitch, you'll sit on that porch until every motherfucking mosquito bites your ass and you get back in your car and take your raggedy ass back home. You toothless bitch, you. And that's what I tell her. And that was right off the top of my head. Let's move along, though. Oh, that pissed me off just a little bit, this much. Oh, fuck out of here with that. All right, so let's move along. According to the source. Yeah, I said it. I don't take that shit back. I ain't editing in this video. None of that. I admit that shit. All right, so $1 million hit is what it's been said to have happened here in this situation. Y'all know who Keefe D is by now. Keefe D is the guy who was arrested for the alleged unaliving or setting up the unaliving of rapper Tupac Shakur. Okay. So it said the Keefe D says that Diddy ordered a bounty on Tupac Shakur, according to Suge Knight. Now, Suge Knight, I need you to shut your ass up because were you not in the car when the pow pow occurred? Like, where was your antennas, nigga? Why you didn't through the red light? Okay, when you heard the first pow pow, your ass should have peeled out. I don't give a damn if the back tire was flat, bitch. You still like this with it. Okay, yeah. All right, so Dwayne Keefe Davis, the former Compton gang leader, recently indicted in connection to Tupac Shakur's 1999 unaliving, has revived explosive allegations against Sean Diddy Combs. Now, Keefe D claims that Diddy once offered a $1 million bounty for the unaliving of Tupac Shakur and Death Row CEO Suge Knight during the height of the East Coast-West Coast feud. So my question is, were they trying to also unalive Suge Knight? Because why did Pop get all the pow-pows in him? Because they pow-powed on Suge Knight's side. I mean, on Tupac's side of the door from the pictures I saw. Now one pow-pow went in Suge Knight. And he big in there. He was big in there, okay? But I said that Diddy has repeatedly denied any involvement, of course, in the unaliving, and no evidence has ever linked him to the crimes. Now it says that still Keefe D's claims continue to stir debate rather, as he remains one of the last living witnesses to that infamous night in Las Vegas. I told you guys too, when I covered this before, that rapper Foxy Brown says that she was there, and she's also cooperating with the feds in this case as well. So there's no telling what she saw or was told or what she heard, okay, in terms of this. But she is going to be there saying a witness in this case when they do have it. But this man, Keefe D, has said since day one that Diddy was behind Tupac being unalive, because y'all know that whole East Coast, West Coast bullshit that was going on. Y'all know that Biggie Smalls was wrapped up in a lot of this shit as well. And it was said that Diddy had something to do with Biggie's unaliving as well, because Biggie was talking about leaving his company, Bad Boy Records, and was trying to sign somewhere else because it was said that Diddy was stealing his money, and he was tired of Diddy taking the bigger cut and giving him hardly nothing when he was pretty much ghostwriting for a lot of the biggest hits that came through Bad Boy Records. Okay, do your homework on it. I ain't gonna never sit up here and tell you no lies, but Diddy is a trash ass nigga. And I'm really hoping that October the 3rd, when his ass gets sentenced, that his ass sit for a while, because that's what he needs to do. He needs to sit so he can reflect on a lot of people who should be here, that they're not here, because allegedly he probably had something to do with it. And I got to say it that way because we've not proven it in court yet. But my spidey senses tell me that the motherfucker had something to do with it. Allegedly, possibly, maybe, hypothetically. And we'll put all that on there until a court say different. So I will definitely be watching to see how this case unravels, because I do feel like he had something to do with it. I really do. I feel like he has something to do with Kim Porter not being here, Biggie not being here, Tupac not being here. What's girl Erica King, the girl that wrote the book Bling, yeah, her. And they have another friend also where they found her and couldn't find out who and why she was not here. But pneumonia was one of the reasons they said that she's not here anymore. Kim Porter's boyfriend who passed away from pneumonia. I got another hand. We can keep going because I know about shit. I ain't got to look at no notes. Kim Porter's boyfriend, where he got into a physical altercation with Diddy, also passed away from pneumonia. Kim Porter, pneumonia. Okay. The person who did Kim Porter's autopsy, okay, gone, where they had to get another person to do the autopsy who's originally said that it was something else, that there was some needle pokings and things in Kim Porter's body. And they said that Diddy didn't like that little autopsy. So someone else had to come in and do it after the original person did the autopsy and ain't here no more. Okay, yeah. So it's a lot of people that's not here that should be here, and they're saying that Diddy's hands are not clean. But yeah. And now we see his ass just got found guilty of 2 crimes, and I feel like he should have got that those other charges that he was facing as well. But when you got a lot of money, you have a way to manipulate the system, and I feel like that's what happened. They had to get him on something, but we'll see what happens October the 3rd when his motherfucking ass gets sentenced, and I really hope they give him the fullest extent of that time. All right, moving right along. And for anybody that's in here saying, "Oh, he should get out," you should get out of my chat. You know why? Because the motherfucker is dangerous. All right. People need to open their eyes and stop looking at celebrities and saying, "Oh, he's Diddy because he's on stage on this shit right here, Diddy bopping." He is a monster. He's an absolute monster. I said the same thing about R. Kelly. Yes, he could sing real good and he wrote a lot of hits, but the motherfucker was touching children. He was locking women in rooms, and people need to see shit for what it is. All right. Like they said, honey, it's Robert and then there's R. Kelly. Differentiate. All right. Differentiate. Stop all that. Okay. You can like who you like, love his music. He makes great music. But the motherfucker is a monster, okay? He is a monster. He on this shit with it. All right? Yes, he is, honey. Y'all go back and look at that case with him, with those women. I'm like, miss me. I don't even listen to his music no more. And I don't give a hot damn how many tracks he wrote that were hits. I don't give a damn if they went platinum, gold, or triple cardboard, bitch. I don't want to hear them. All right, let's move along. Okay. Ayesha Curry. Ayesha Curry. Y'all know who she is. She is married. Okay, she is married to her husband, Steph Curry. Now, she says in this interview that she was never really attracted to him. Could it be that wallet girl? Now, y'all know they've been together, I want to say since high school. Yeah, since high school. So they are high school sweethearts. But Ayesha Curry says that Steph Curry was not her type. And she did not look at him that way in high school. So it said that socials are asking, why do women often say this about their husbands? So what were you attracted to? Let's get into, let her tell you, child. All right, shout out to Ask a Black Man. All right, let's go.
I just didn't think it was going to be a thing. I
You
thought
were in a
we would
friend
be
group.
friends. Yeah.
Did you ever have anything in high school at all, or it was legit just friends?
No, just friends. Just friends. Yeah.
I get what you're saying of like you never saw him as something, but I'm
Yeah.
like, when you look back, is there any memory that you're like, maybe there was something or
No, never. I just didn't think it was going to be a thing. I
You
thought
were in a
we would
friend
be
group.
friends. Yeah.
Did you ever have anything in high school at all, or it was legit just friends?
No, just friends. Just friends. Yeah.
I get what you're saying of like you never saw him as something, but I'm
Yeah.
like, when you look back, is there any memory that you're like, maybe there was something or
No, never. I just didn't
that you're like, maybe there was something or
No, never. I in the beginning hated it so much. I like did not sign up for that. I also always thought like I didn't know that he was going to end up playing basketball. Like he said he wanted to be a high school basketball coach. Like I thought I was going to be like the girl out there getting it. So I didn't know
that you're like, maybe there was something.
That has to be very hard though. Like neither one of them knew that their life was going to be this huge conglomerate type situation where he is on TV. She's like, you know, a NBA's wife, or NBA player's wife rather. She was saying she wasn't attracted to him like that, but they are high school sweethearts. They've been together since they're still together. They have beautiful children together. All right, 2 daughters and a son. I like them together, to be honest with you, but I don't know if I wasn't attracted to him, but I know she's being transparent and she's telling her truth. But you know, people will read into things like that and say, well, girl, what you doing with him then? Because he was saying he just wanted to be a high school basketball coach, and there's nothing wrong with doing that. That's what you know, Dr. Jackie's husband does. Okay, Curtis, he's a basketball coach for a high school. And then she's a doctor. So hey, people choose their professions and I respect it. But fortunate for him, he's very good. Y'all know most of the time Steph do not miss when he here with it. Okay, I like basketball as well. But you know, their lives did change drastically once he got into the NBA. Y'all know his father also played as well. All right, he was a former NBA player as well, and he was very, very good. So it's in his blood, and it was, you know, pretty much predestined that he become an NBA player. And like I said, he is very, very good. So yeah, a lot of people had a lot to say about her delivery in terms of, oh, he wasn't my type, and you know, people like asking, what what drew you to him? What made you be attracted to him? Because I'll be honest with you, when you see a person, when you're attracted to a person, looks do matter. I don't know what people say. Well, you know, looks is not everything. You don't want to just go by looks, a person looks, but that's the first thing you see when you meet a person, correct? And she is unproblematic. That's why I like her. And I'm not going to drag her because I do like her. She's very smart. She has her own business. Y'all know she has a cooking show. She's, you know, she kind of has her own thing. She's not one of those wives that sit at home and just kind of live off what her husband is doing or kind of ride his coattails. She's one of those wives that say, hey, I'm gonna you know, have my own path and my own things that I'm doing, to where I'm not just sitting at home waiting on him to just get the check and then, you know, he allows me out some money. She making her own, and I respect that as a woman, because that's how I would be shit too. I would be sitting home waiting for him to give me no damn allowance. But a lot of people's like, girl, why would you say that about your husband? So do you guys see anything wrong with what she said in this interview about Steph Curry was not her type and that she did not look at him that way when they were in high school? Because when you're in high school, you really don't know what it is that you want most of the time. You're still trying to figure out life and what's the next step once you graduate. Okay. A lot of you guys who dated people when you were in high school, you probably don't even know that person anymore. Some of you guys married your high school sweetheart, and that's a great thing. But you know, you date for different reasons when you're in high school. You're not really that serious. You just want a little boyfriend, somebody to communicate with, and probably do some other things with that y'all was doing with y'all nasty self. But what y'all think? Put in the comments. All right. Put in the comments what y'all think about this interview from Ayesha Curry. Do you think that she was being a little disrespectful in her delivery of what she thought of her now husband, Steph Curry? Or do you think she was just being transparent about how she felt about him back in high school? All right, let's continue. All right, so word up, and let's go ahead and bring awareness to this, because for those of you that live in the Atlanta area, or if you're trying to be in Atlanta, get your hair done, this person here is getting put on blast for playing and doing some scamming type bullshit. Let's get into this. This was sent to me by one of my subscribers, and they asked me to talk about it, so I said I would. All right. What's my brother doing here? All right, so I said, Braiders, beware of Chastity Monique Jones of Union City, Atlanta. They gave a date of birth and everything. Date of birth 4/18/78. Scammer, theft of service. Okay, so she went to this braid shop, it appears, to get her hair done, and she did some very fraudulent shit. So I'm going to play the video, and then we're going to talk about it after the fact, because baby, when I tell you they worked a miracle on her head, but she played all up and through their face. Okay, I don't like shit like this, because y'all know braiding, that takes some time, that takes some skill, it takes a lot going on. All right, so the last thing you don't want to do is give somebody their damn money after they done stood on their feet for 3, 4, 5, maybe 6, 7, 8 hours, however long it takes you to get your damn hair done. Okay, because I have 3 working on mine. Bitch, get me in and out. But in this situation here, she really did them wrong, and I don't like it. So we're gonna bring awareness to it, because her ass need to be put on blast. Let's go. Shout out to Bella's Braid Chateau. Let's go.
Braiders, please be aware of this woman right here, Chastity Monique Jones of Atlanta, Georgia. She is a scammer and a thief. She contacted me back in March requesting my services. I am an alopecia braider. During the consultation, everything went fine. I explained to her that yes, I can do her hair. And I also explained to her what it would take in order for me to achieve the look that she's going for. This is her hair prior to the appointment. During the appointment, though, she was kind of quiet, she acted like she was so tired and so sleepy. Prior to the appointment, during the consultation, she had a lot to say. It was sweetheart this, sweetheart that. This is her hair after the 8-hour service. She loved her hair. She even called me 30 minutes later saying that, hey, I didn't leave yet. I'm still in the parking lot. My hair is beautiful. She was emotionally telling me that her hair was beautiful, that her daughter said I did that. However, she paid me via Zelle, and that was the problem. A week later, I received an email from the bank saying that my Zelle account was deactivated. Courtesy of Mrs. Jones, she reported the payment as fraud. And so I contacted her, and she explained to me that, well, when I contacted her first, the phone calls were going straight to voicemail. I had to contact her via another number. She didn't answer the call, but she called back. And I said, hey, this is Bella. I received the message from the bank saying that, that the payment was reported as fraud. She said, no, I didn't do that. Oh my God, I would never do that. Let me call the bank and get it straightened out. So she contacted me back, via text, and sent me a claim number. But the problem was the claim number that she gave me is the claim number that they gave her when she reported the payment as fraud. So braiders, be aware of this woman. Don't allow her to book with you. You see her coming or she calls you, run. Braiders, please.
All right, so I played it all the way through so you guys can hear what happened. So I'm gonna play it again, then we're gonna stop it so we can read these messages. All right. Now, baby, when I tell you she worked a miracle, baby, you had the Lord all up and through your hands. Because baby, when she came in there, she pulled up with the ceiling missing. All right. Baby, the ceiling was missing. All right. And I'm not picking at anyone with alopecia because that is a serious thing. But the fact that you did what you did, I can't be nice about this situation. All right. But let's go ahead and play it again. And then I'm going to stop it and read. Yeah, she pulled up with the ceiling all the way missing, baby. That was, yeah, baby. All that shit was gone. All right. So let's go ahead. I'm going to stop it periodically.
Please be aware of this woman right here, Chastity Monique Jones of Atlanta, Georgia. She is a scammer and a thief.
All right. Got to stop it. So this is Chastity. All right. This is the girl that they're saying is being accused of scamming and doing the fraud and not wanting to pay for this good work that happened on her head up there, girl. All right. Because I was like, I kept saying, fuck, they get braids up there when they ain't shit up there. All right. But so it's giving braids and lace front, girl. So good morning, sweetheart. See, she's trying to be nice because she knew she was going to be on the bullshit. Good morning, sweetheart. My name is Chastity, and I came across your page on TikTok. Now, I see that I see that you are a miracle worker for us women with alopecia. I said, I suffer from alopecia, and I never thought that I would be able to get no braids, girl. Now, usually when they do them, they was around here, around the side, and I ain't never had none in the top, but the people told me you can get something in the top. All right, now I added that part. Okay, so she goes on to say, now, I never thought I was going to ever be able to get no braids in the top, girl, because my ceiling is missing until I synced your page, girl, and you do some awesome work. All right, so let's continue.
She contacted me back in March requesting my services.
I just just want to throw them, child. I don't know what she meant there. Said that, may I know what I need to do in order to book with you? Mm-hmm. So this lady responds by saying, hello, Chastity. Thank you for reaching out to me. Thank you for the compliment. Said that we would need to schedule a consultation. And then it looks like she's saying that we can set up your appointment. That's kind of what it's giving. All right, let's continue.
I am an alopecia braider. During the
All right, let's stop it. As you guys can see, y'all know most places when you have to go in for a consultation, they may charge you a fee. It looks like Chastity Jones, what is this? Not paid by okay, consultation for Chastity. So it looks like there was a consultation fee of $25. Let's
the consultation, everything went fine. I explained to her that
so you're seeing here, they're saying she arrived at 6:58 a.m. Baby, she should have been there at 6 because okay. So for 7 a.m. appointment. All right. So she was on time, it looks like.
Yes, I can do her hair. And I also explained to her what it would take in order for me to achieve the look that she's going for.
Her hair prior to the service. All right. So she was George Jefferson, and then she was Brandy when she got finished with her hair. All right. So she was George Jefferson going in, girl, and she was Brandy Norwood when she came up out of there. Look at the Lord. All right. So let's continue.
This is her hair prior to the appointment. During the appointment, though, she was kind of quiet. You know, she acted like she was so tired and so sleepy. Prior to the appointment, you know, during the consultation.
Baby, that's a miracle. I got to stop it again. This says her hair after the 8-hour service. So this lady was on her feet for 8 motherfucking hours doing your damn hair. That shit look good. I ain't gonna hold you. And you got these little shits here going around. Girl, you should have paid her and you should have tipped her very well. Okay. Yes, you should have. Why you laughing?
She had a lot to say. It was sweetheart this, sweetheart that. This is her hair after the 8-hour service.
Lord God.
She loved her hair. She even called me 30 minutes later saying that, hey, I didn't leave yet. I'm still in the parking lot. You know, my hair is beautiful. She was emotionally telling me that her hair was beautiful, that her daughter said I did that. However, she paid me via Zelle, and that was the problem.
All right, so it said Chastity exit the salon at 3:16. So she had to be there at 7. She left at 3:16. Let's continue.
A week later, I received an email from the bank saying that my Zelle account was deactivated.
It's her leaving out, child.
Courtesy of Mrs. Jones. She reported the payment.
See, she looking back because she knows she ain't gonna make that payment. That's why she looking back like that. If you be doing that shit and be nervous and looking around, that mean they about to do some shit they ain't supposed to do. All right,
as fraud. And so I contacted her, and she explained to me that, well, when I contacted her first, the phone calls were going straight to voicemail. I had to contact her.
All right, so it says, regarding Chastity, how was your appointment, girl? Because I ain't seen my motherfucking money yet. How was your appointment? So Chastity responds by saying, oh, it was wonderful, with a heart emoji. Best regards, Chastity Jones. All right, so that was April 13th of 2025 at 7:01 a.m. according to Bella's Braid Chateau. All right, let's go.
Via another number. She didn't answer the call, but
you all on TikTok with this shit here, so you like your hair because you showing everybody, girl. All right, I ain't have no ceiling in the first time, girl, but girl, look at me now, girl. We got a ceiling, we got a drop top, we got all of that, girl. I got hair out there now. Look at me now, okay? Look at me now. She was on that shit on TikTok, but you ain't paid that money.
He called back and I said, hey, this is Bella. You know, I received the message from the bank saying that, you know, that the payment was reported as fraud. She said, no, I didn't do that. Oh my God, I would never do that.
You G'd up in there, girl. G'd up, ain't paid a motherfucking thing over there.
Let me call the bank and get it straightened out. So she contacted me back, via text, and sent me a claim number. But the problem was the claim number that she gave me is the claim number that.
Let's read it. So to Chastity, and she put in there the scammer. So it looks like this text message was sent to her Thursday, April 24th at 5:13 p.m. All right. So it says, speaking to my bank now. So that's what Chastity's saying to her. So the lady, which braided her hair, said, okay. So Chastity said, I will text you the claim number that they give me so that they can give that to your bank. Says that I have been having a lot of fraudulent experiences on my account. So why you didn't say that in the beginning? Says that what did they say happened? Okay, so that's what the lady that braided her hair said. What did they say happened? Okay, so Chastity responds by saying that say someone's been trying to dispute charges on my account. and send them to a Wells Fargo account. Said that I received a letter today about a credit card Wells Fargo said that I applied for, and I am like, no, I did not. I don't even have Wells Fargo. So said that then this morning I went to use my debit card and it said decline. So she says, I reached out to my bank and they told me that my account had been blocked. So I'm like, what the fuck, girl? Said that I'm still speaking to them now. All right. So that's what the message says here.
That they gave her when she reported the payment as fraud. So braiders, be aware of this woman. Don't allow her to book with you. You see her coming or she calls you, run.
Okay. So y'all see that? All right, so it said that she is a thief. She is a thief and scammer. Said that she paid me her remaining balance of $475 via Zelle. But then she reported the payment as fraud. So you gave me the money, then you took it back. That's what it sounds like. She has since blocked me on TikTok, and my phone number said that she, if she had to steal from me to feed her children, I'm okay with that. But to steal because of a hairdo, that's quite pitiful. So she's putting her on blast. As you guys can see, she did a very immaculate job on her hair. And that's bullshit, okay? I definitely, I said bald headed scallywag. Disagree with that. Even if you stealing for your kids, like, bitch, if I'm standing up here on my feet for 8 hours and I'm a miracle worker on your damn dome, baby, I'm gonna need you to pay me. $475 was well worth it, because when you went in there, you didn't have shit going on. You didn't have shit going on. You had the George Jefferson, and baby, she turned you into Brandy. All right. But what do y'all think about that? So if you guys live in the Atlanta area, you guys see her, y'all go and call down there to Bella's Braid Chateau and let them know that y'all saw, okay, that y'all saw this chick right here on the screen, Chastity Monique Jones of Union City, Atlanta, Georgia. All right, with her scamming ass. How the fuck? That's probably not the first person she did that to, okay? I told y'all when she walking down that hallway looking back, you already knew she was on the bullshit. But let's continue on. All right. Snitches, honey. We got some more snitches in the courthouse. Y'all know these little thug ass boys in court. They get in there and they be snitching on the homies for that less time. Okay. They be snitching for less time. That's what they be doing. So YNW Bortland has agreed to a plea deal, agreeing to tell everything that he knows about the YNW Melly double unaliving case. And I said that he will be sentenced to 10 years in the prison system, followed by 6 years of probation after facing multiple life sentences. So he's got to think about that thing, like multiple life, 10 years. Let me go and get that 10 up off you. Okay. Let me go and get that 10 up off you. That life, I don't want none of that. I don't know parts of that. But that 10 years, we can do that. All right. Because you might get out on good behavior. You just never know. But fair time, I think you got to serve all of that. But anywho, so he's snitching his ass off on the homie so he can get that less time. Let's go ahead and get into it, because y'all know why. What is it? YNW Melly, he got a double unaliving case on him. So he probably never see the light of day again. All right. Yeah, baby. Y'all know y'all know they done bust him wide open up in there with his little ass. Let's go ahead and get into it. Shout out to Industry Blitz. Let's go.
Again, 2 cases. We're going to do one at a time. In case number 19, 1871 CF10A. As to count 3, accessory after the fact to murder in the first degree. And as to count 4, accessory after the fact as to murder in the first degree. How are you going to plead, sir? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? In case number 23, 10643 CF10A. As to count 1, tampering with a witness in a capital felony, and count 7, unlawful use of a two-way communication device. How are you going to plead, sir? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? I will accept your no contest pleas as to each. I'm going to find a factual basis to support each based upon my review of each electronic probable cause affidavit, as well as your stipulation in court here today. I'm going to further find that you have freely, voluntarily, and intelligently waived your rights, that you have knowingly entered each plea with the advice of competent counsel who you told me that you are satisfied with, that you understand the nature of the charges and the consequences of the plea. Accordingly, and pursuant to the negotiated agreement, I will sentence you as follows. In case number 19, 1871 CF10A, as to count 3 and count 4, I will adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 10 years in Florida State Prison. That will be followed by 6 years of reporting probation. I will impose mandatory court costs. Pursuant to 943.325, I will need a set of your prints and DNA. Pursuant to 938.27, I will impose a cost of prosecution. Again, 2 cases. We're going to do one at a time.
his little cute ass gonna get bent over up in there. Cause y'all know how them little gang dudes be up in there when they go in there and rat on the homie. That is if you make it out alive, okay? Because most time y'all know the gang be up in prison too, and they be like, yeah, that nigga snitched, and they be up on your ass in there. So that is if you live to be able to get out in the 10 years they're giving you for snitching on the homie. Granted, the person you snitching on is in there for a double unaliving case, so yeah, especially if he know he's in there for the rest of his life. What does he have to lose if he see you or run across you while you up in there? He like, bitch, I'm already in here for double, I'm in here for life, but like I ain't getting out for a double unaliving case. So yeah, what is it to say that he wouldn't go ahead and take you out too for doing that, snitching on the homie, telling everything you know? So y'all know he gonna sing like a mass choir in that bitch to get them 10 years, baby, because he also was facing life, okay, multiple life sentences. But then that 6 years probation, if he get out, that's how they gonna get his ass. Because who can walk on the straight and narrow for 6 years and not get into no trouble? When you part of the gang, because you know they stay on some bullshit. They stay testing them for like drug paraphernalia. If you riding around in your license, you driving around dirty, child, they gonna get your ass. They're gonna find a way to get you and throw your ass right back up in there. So 6 years of probation. And I always say probation is a setup. Plus, you gotta pay to be on probation. Okay, miss a payment, they're gonna lock your ass up. So yeah, that's 10 years, 10 years in prison followed by 6 years of probation. Y'all know the system have it set up like that so they can get your ass again because they really, really want you to stay up in there and they know you're gonna fuck up between here and here. So yeah, they're gonna get him again. They're gonna get you again, sir. But that's it, and that's all. Moving along. Let's go ahead and get into my jam session. Thank you, mods. Thank you, mods, for alerting me to that. Please, guys, go ahead and hit the like button. Shout out to the 735 watching. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Okay. Let's get into it. Let's go. All right. Like button, like button. Almost there. Come on. Tap, tap. All right. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for the likes. Okay. Let's get on into the next topic. Okay. All right. So it's been brought to my attention that Rashida might be a stepmama, you guys, to another side baby. Let's talk about it, shall we? Lord. All right. Let's get into it, Lord. Let's get into it. Let's get into it, Lord. All right. Shout out to News Daily, because that's what we're looking at it. All right. This is a reputable source, too. So let's get into it. Y'all, pardon all the damn pop-ins or pop-ups, okay? Child, this thing got a lot of pop-ups. Let's go ahead and read. Now, the audacity. Kirk Frost has once again been caught sneaking around with Jasmine Washington, okay? Y'all have seen her on Love and Hip Hop. And yes, she's reportedly pregnant with his second child. for the second time now. It says that, but this time Rashida isn't crying in silence, that she's exposing his lies, reclaiming her power, and walking away for good. Lies. She already said she ain't leaving Kurt. But according to this, it's saying that the girl is pregnant again. This is her. Y'all have seen her on Love and Hip Hop. Y'all know that's Rashida's husband, Kurt, child, with his 3 earrings. All right. Let's go ahead and read it, honey. Let's get in their business a little bit. It says, for years, Kirk Frost and Rashida, honey, were considered one of the cornerstones of love and hip hop. When? It says that Atlanta said that their 25-year roller coaster marriage gave fans some of the most unforgettable, scandalous, and jaw-dropping reality TV moments ever captured on camera. Indeed. Says, but for now, after years of betrayal, humiliation, and public infidelity, the couple's story has finally reached a breaking point and is even messier than fans could imagine. Now, the latest bombshell, they're saying that Jasmine Washington, which is said to be the side chick, they're saying she's pregnant again by Kurt. How the fuck? How the does that happen? Now, they said, if you thought that you've seen it all, that from Kirk Frost says, think again. According to multiple sources close to the situation, that Kurt has been secretly rekindling his relationship with Jasmine Washington, the same woman at the center of the show's most infamous scandals years ago. Now, it goes on to say that this time, the drama has escalated to shocking new heights, that Jasmine is reportedly pregnant with Kurt's child for the second time. It goes on to say that the revelation has sent shockwaves across social media, leaving fans of Love and Hip Hop equal parts outraged and unsurprised. I told you guys that Rashida and Kurt did also admit that Jasmine goes on vacation with them. Who's allowing the side chick to go on vacation with somebody? Weird, right? All right, it's bad enough you already laid up and had a child with this woman's husband, but now to hear that she may be pregnant again. And I also told you guys that on the show that Jasmine, the girl that's supposed to be pregnant again by Kurt, also says that when Kurt comes over to, and Kurt co-signed, it says that when he go over to see his son, Jasmine sometimes be half dressed, like she have on a robe but nothing under it. So my thing is, are you luring him to come to the house to see the child, and you don't put the child down for a nap? Say, he's asleep. He just went down for a nap. Come on in. He'll be up in a minute. So while y'all waiting on him to finish his nap, y'all in there, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Could that be what's going on? But then now it's given like it might be a little threesome situation because she goes on vacation with Rashida and Kurt. Weird, right? So it says that they're saying that Rashida deserves better, and she does. But Rashida, I don't think will ever leave Kurt. They have all these businesses together. Y'all know that her son, or their son rather, he's definitely getting ready to be going to court for this unaliving of T Hood. Y'all remember we talked about that. So I feel like Rashida is going to stay with Kurt. She's never going to leave him. And women like that, honey, Stockholm syndrome is a real thing. But yeah, she's become very much so familiar with Kurt and Jasmine's son until she kind of acts like a second mother to that child. She was reading to the child, and the child be all in her house and stuff. I don't know if I could be that welcoming if some shit like that happened. And then now to hear that she may be pregnant by Kurt again. Now it says that instead of facing his mistakes head on, that Kurt has reportedly tried to spin the situation in his favor, claiming that he had been unhappy for years and was ready to move on. But fans are not buying it. It says that this is a classic cheater behavior. A relationship experts commented. Said that get caught, then pretend that you weren't happy all along. They said that it's the oldest trick in the damn book. It said that the public backlash has been fierce, with viewers pointing out that Kurt has pulled similar stunts before, from questioning the paternity of Rashida's child to being caught on camera cheating during a Love and Hip Hop getaway. Everybody remembers the hot tub scene, okay? When Bambi and her 87,000 teeth in the front ass was up in there with no neck ass Benzino. Y'all remember that? And Kirk ass was laid up in there with some random biatch that Rashida wound up, taking his ass back for that as well. But word on the street is, child, that Kurt got another baby coming from his side piece Jasmine. All right, so we're gonna see. We're gonna sit back and watch and see how this shit play out and what they're gonna do. All right, moving along, because I don't count them all. I'm gonna skip that and we're gonna spin the block on that because I gotta get through my show, child. Let's get to the next topic. All right. So loving Real Housewives of Atlanta, y'all know we'll be coming back. K. Michelle has been announced to be a part of the cast next season. She is gonna have a peach. So let's get into it. What y'all say? Y'all screaming, y'all laughing. All right, so Real Housewives of Atlanta season 17 filming T says that K. Michelle is causing drama amongst the cast. Y'all know K. Michelle got a slick ass mouth, so she gonna ruffle some feathers. Okay, she gonna ruffle the girls' feathers. It's saying that she and Angela may be having some back and forth on the show. Okay, Y'all know who Angela is, honey. So let's go ahead and read and see what they have to say. The Real Housewives Zone, according to them, filming is about 3 weeks underway with Porsha, Phaedra, Drew, Shamia, Angela, and Kelly being joined by restaurateur Pinky Cole and Love and Hip Hop Atlanta K. Michelle. Said that Cynthia Bailey is returning as a friend of, while another former Love and Hip Hop star, Tammy Rivera, I like her, is also going to be making a handful of guest appearances. How y'all feel about that? Tammy Rivera, who was once married to Waka Flocka Flame, she will be added to the cast as well for season 17 of Real Housewives of Atlanta. All right, for those of you who did not know. So they say so far the drama is simmering more than boiling. Said that Portia's fallout with Shamia after the season 16 reunions is still unresolved, with Kelly backing Shamia. Ooh, so that's gonna be some drama. Said that meanwhile, Angela, and Drew have traded jabs with K. Michelle, who is already stirring up some conversation. Ooh, I don't think Angela can fool with K. Michelle, because y'all know K. Michelle is a reader, honey. She All right, so it says that meanwhile, Angela and Drew have traded jabs with K. Michelle, who is already stirring up the conversation. The first cash trip is to Dallas, Texas, hosted by K. Michelle, who is leaning into her country music side. Y'all know she's putting out a country music album, so we'll get to see that on the show. I'm excited for her. All right, so behind the scenes, there's an ongoing past the peach situation between Kelly, Pinky, and K. Michelle. They said that we're told that Pinky has stayed out of the group drama so far, but she's dealing with an ongoing tax situation. Now, said the producers were also eager to bring in a married entrepreneur, which made her an appealing addition to the cast. It says that even if K. Michelle doesn't end up as a full-time housewife, that she's already benefiting from strong screen time and favorable edits. Thanks to her celebrity status. Everybody knows who she is. K. Michelle is good TV. I think she would be a great addition to Real Housewives of Atlanta. And we'll see how she kind of bounces off of Tammy. What's your name? Why I forget her name? Tammy Rivera. We'll see how she kind of bounced off Tammy Rivera, but we do know that she, K. Michelle and Angela, honey. Angela is starting to have a little tension on the show. So that might be a good season. I'm definitely going to watch because K. Michelle is on there. And again, I do like Tammy Rivera. Of course, y'all see Cynthia Bailey. She's going to stay as a friend of. But we'll see what happens. They're saying that the drama between Porsha and Shamia is still bubbling. They're still not in a good space. So we'll get to see some more of that tension this coming season as well. I will be watching nevertheless, and we will talk about recaps and other things, scenes from the show, or I may just review. We'll see. All right, because I'm sure it's going to be a nice kiki. Moving along. All right, moving along. Y'all happy about Tammy Rivera joining? Oh, y'all don't care. Y'all not care? Y'all don't care? All right, speaking of Porsha, she's still fighting with Simon Gufradia, honey. Y'all know they've exchanged words. Simon, he lost his appeal in court. So Porsha got a win in court as related to Simon filing this appeal. All right. So Simon has since responded again by saying, plot twist, you didn't make the cut for Daddy December 2025. Said the hashtag find another daddy. So he was like, yeah, bitch. So yeah, you thought you were going to get my coins. Wrong. He gave her ass the buzzer. So he's telling her, go on out here and find you another daddy out here, child, another sugar daddy, so you can dig all up and through his pockets and turn them into rabbit ears. But you won't be doing that to mine, bitch. I might have lost this appeal, but peel your ass somewhere and sit the fuck down, because guess what? You won't get your hands in these pockets no more. So Simon is refusing to pay the things that he's been ordered to pay in the courthouse, all right, by the judge. So it says that FYI, Daddy December refers to a festive party-filled period in mid-December through New Year's in Nigeria and Ghana, characterized by high energy, vibrant celebrations, concerts, and social gatherings, drawing people from the African diaspora to cities like Lagos and Accra and for Revelry, how do you say that? It said that the term daddy is a playful variation of dirty. All right. Okay. We like it dirty sometimes. Says it symbolizing unrestrained enjoyment and indulgence in festivities, with the concept gaining popularity. Party credited to Afro pop star Mr. Iyazi. Okay. Says that the song playing in the background for Porsha's video is Free by Destiny's Child. I know that's right, child. Says a track about breaking free from a relationship where you were taken for granted. Porsha, you kind of low-key deserve some of this shit. I ain't even gonna hold you. And Porsha, I'm trying not to get on you too bad, baby, but you deserve this shit. Getting with Simon because you should have did your homework. You were too desperate and you were thinking about the money and you got, and that's just what it is. Simon, Porsha is your karma, and Porsha, Simon is your karma. All right, vice versa. Both of you guys are each other's karma because you never should have been fucking with each other from the first damn place. So whatever you get is what you got. Said that the lyrics mirror her current energy, hinting that she feels lighter and more empowered after the breakup with Simon. Said that Simon and Porsha's divorce was finalized earlier this year after a months-long legal back and forth. Now, Simon attempted to challenge the terms of their split, but said that the as of today, Georgia Supreme Court denied his appeal, effectively putting an end to the legal efforts to reverse the outcome. So according to court documents, he still has to pay her $40,000 for the next 36 months. He's refusing to do so. He doesn't feel that they can make him do it because he, of course, has been kicked up out of the U.S. By ICE, and he just like, I'm not going to do it. He is staying from Dubai. He's staying in Dubai, and he's also in Nigeria, back and forth. So he's like, they're not getting ready to make my ass come back to the U.S. in order to pay it. So I'm just not going to pay it. So he's sitting back watching her on social media, taunting her as he always damn does. And that's just what it is. So yeah, they'll figure it out, child. I'm currently not giving a damn. So let's continue. Let's get into this Tisha Scott and Martell bullshit, because I know that's why a lot of you guys are here. All right. Well, how many people got? 724. That's why they're here. Y'all saw the thumbnail. Tisha Scott speaks on suing Martell Holt. All right. Let's go ahead and refresh your memory. All right. For those of you that's joining me for the very first time, as to why there was said to be a lawsuit getting ready to be ensued. Let's go ahead and roll that beautiful bean footage so that you guys will remember why somebody's going to be getting sued. Let's get into it. Shout out to the Jasmine brand. All right. This is what Tisha had to say about Martell after Martell was running around talking about seeing Tisha in the back of a Buick doing some very nasty, egregious things. He said he saw her in the act with someone else. He posted pictures of her and revealed who this said person was. Tisha fired back by going on Carlos King's Reality with the King podcast and revealed that Martell liked men. And she says that everything that she's saying about Martell is verifiable, and other people, including some in the cast of Love and Marriage Huntsville, also know and can verify that Martell be out here tooting and booting, baby. All right, so let's go ahead and get into what Tisha had to say.
And why he would say that, why he would throw me in the middle of that. And so him and Marcel was going back and forth. Unfortunately, edits didn't show what Marcel said, but they showed what what Martell said. So you guys really didn't see or hear everything that Marcel was saying to him, because Marcel was dropping receipts and he was naming guys who Martell have slept with in Huntsville.
Is that okay? We gotta say legend.
No, it's not a legend. It's not a legend.
I mean,
because Carlos, let me tell you. So you guys have known. You said that I've been quiet. I know a lot more than what I say. And for years, Marcel have been like, no, T, don't do that. No, T, don't do that. And we really have been trying not to go there with Martell because.
Okay, y'all see that? Let me play it back. One more time.
I don't understand why he would say that, why he would throw me in the middle of that. And so him and Marcel was going back and forth. Unfortunately, edits didn't show what Marcel said, but they showed what Martell said. So you guys really didn't see or hear everything that Marcel was saying to him, because Marcel was dropping receipts and he was naming guys who Martell have slept with in Huntsville.
Is that okay? We gotta say legend.
No, it's not a legend. It's not a legend.
I mean,
because Carlos, let me tell you. So you guys have known. You said that I've been quiet. I know a lot more than what I say. And for years, Marcel have been like, no, T, don't do that. No, T, don't do that. And we really have been trying not to go there with Martell because.
All right, so y'all see that. Y'all see that. So Tisha has made a declaration that Martell was sleeping with boys. Now, Tisha's not the only person that said that. Ariane has also said that Martell like men. How would she know that? If they may have had some threesomes with a guy in the room, and Martell might have been showing a little bit more attention, allegedly, to said male individual. Okay. Because we've heard about trains and stuff being ran on Ariane. So could Martell be in the room during these said trains, these choo-choos being orchestrated? Okay. Could he be in there like Silk Honey, let me lick you up and down with the male companion in the room more so than Ariane? Oh, I don't want to visualize that. Hold on, y'all. Shit. How about threw up? But anyway, girls, so Tisha went live on her YouTube channel, and she kind of spoke on that. She also alluded to the fact that she was thinking about suing or was going to sue and maybe still suing Martell for some things that he was saying. Y'all remember he did that whole live interview with Ariane and the side piece Shan, where they were saying that they went to Las Vegas and there was some threesomes going on with Marceau, with Maurice. Martell said that he knew about it. There were other people in the room with this girl. They went into detail. He was saying a lot of things about Tisha as well. So Tisha went live. She cleared up some things. She also she spoke on how she felt about some things that Nell said, where she revealed something about Destiny and Lance and this side baby, where Tisha revealed something about that. And she and Nell got into some heated words about that as well. So we're going to go ahead and kind of walk down what's being said here. I will be doing a stop and go because you guys know I don't play it straight through. We got to do commentary in between because that is what YouTube asked us to do. All right, so let's go ahead and make it big because we love it big, don't we? All right, so let's get into. I went ahead and took the liberty of moving it ahead. Let me see, because I may speed it up just slightly. I don't like that lagging, so you guys put your good ears on because I do not like the normal speed. I'm gonna speed it up just slightly so that we can get on through this shit, okay? And I will be moving it ahead, stopping it, all of that. So let's get into it if you don't mind. All right. And let's start. So this first part where Tisha takes issue with Nell Fletcher on the show, speaking on her, revealing something about Nell leaving, Nell and the family leaving, and Lance having to leave early from last reunion because Lance's baby mama was having said child. So she's going to talk about that. Let's get into that.
You know, I like to
fair use, okay? This is fair use commentary.
Resolve things, honestly. And what I'm learning on reality TV is that you can't resolve things too quickly. And you can't be too nice because people really try to use your kindness as a weakness. And I don't know, I get in my feelings, y'all, because I love hard. And so when you hurt my feelings real hard. So the whole Nell and her energy. So I saw that Destiny told Lance one. Yeah, Tisha told me that you had to leave LA early. Like, I don't know why she had to reveal where she got her information from, but whatever. I did tell Destiny, and y'all saw it on TV when we was at the shop, me, her, and Kimmy. I told her that Nell said that she had to leave LA early because it was due to the baby. And I'm like, am I tripping? But did Nell tell me that when we was all out to eat? Me, Nell, Kimmy, and Trish. Like, didn't she say that the reason she had to leave LA was something to do with the baby? So,
let me stop it because I feel like there was a little pettiness there, Tisha. All right, I don't want to dig on you too hard, sis. But sometimes Tisha would try to make it seem like she's trying to tell you something, but she's trying to be a little messy. All right, Tisha, I don't feel like that was some information that you should have told. If Nell said something about they were leaving for a baby, the fact that you told Destiny, I feel like you might have told her because you wanted Destiny to maybe turn up a little bit about the situation that she did not know about with Lance Fletcher and said baby, or the reason why he was leaving LA early. Okay, so if Nell slipped up and said, "Oh, we're having to leave LA early because Lance got, the Lance baby mama's getting ready to give birth to said baby," if Destiny didn't know that, then and you telling her that, it could have caused some type of tension or whatever to where people gonna be arguing and carrying on because you brought that bone. Okay, y'all get where I'm coming from with that. So maybe that was something that she shouldn't have said to Destiny, especially if they weren't in an exclusive relationship and you guys were just kind of seeing each other just casually, okay? If he didn't make you his main chick, then maybe you shouldn't know all of his business like that. You go on over there, get the dick, and go home. Let's continue.
Because Nell did say, thank you. She did say that. And that's what I said. And Destiny being my girl, I'm like, girl, like at the end of the day, you're dating this dude and he got a whole baby out here, which we all found out about the child on social media. And then I was like, but Nell said they had to leave LA early because it was something to do with the baby, like because of the delivery. And for Nell to be like, Tisha Scott needs to keep my MF name out her mouth and don't be worried about my family. That is the reason I'm not really vulnerable with these ladies, because didn't I just have a scene with Nell at the coffee shop that I did go back to talk to Nell to express to her my feelings because they said we're not being transparent, right? So I'm like, okay, maybe their definition is we're not being vulnerable with them. They don't really get a chance to hear our heart and us talk. So let me give it a chance. And y'all see how that shit backfired on me real quick. It absolutely backfired. So yeah, that was crazy. But
So Nell felt a way about Tisha going back and repeating what she heard about Lance having this baby on the way and this girl getting ready to give birth, and with Tisha going back and telling someone else that. So Nell was saying Tisha needs to stay the fuck up out of her business and stop telling her family business and having anything to do with what's going on with her business. So I think that's why she and Nell had that little back and forth and a little tension between their, can we call it a friendship? Let's say their situationship, okay, on the show. And we already saw the clip for that. All right, let's continue.
It is what it is. Oh, y'all like my hat? This is my black. Y'all call it my mega hat. Thank y'all. Y'all liking it. Yeah, like, I'm like, girl. Okay, Nell. So,
all right, so moving forward, because we're not gonna watch the whole thing, baby. We're just gonna look at the points because I child, listen.
Like you had dealt with it. It's weird, isn't it weird? Like, I don't understand why females feel like every single female has to deal with cheating in their relationship. Like, guys, I understand that a lot of people deal with it, and I'll take my head off to them. But you can't force a person to deal with something that they haven't dealt with. And at the end of the day, y'all see how small Huntsville is. So if the saying is true, what these people on this show are trying to put out or been trying to put out for years, don't y'all think something would have come up by now? Just saying.
So what she's saying here is that she said that females always try to push infidelity on her in her marriage, but she said that's something that she has not dealt with. She said that Huntsville is very small, and if something like that would have happened in her marriage, that she would have known about it by now. Someone would have showed her some proof or something by now. So she's saying, hey, sorry you guys feel like that and that you guys keep saying that or trying to regurgitate these lies, but I have not experienced that in my marriage. Let's continue.
I'm just saying. But we ain't getting onto that. Okay, let's talk about this past episode. We talked about the nail of it, the situation.
Nope, we're gonna move along. So we got that. Let's go to the next part. See how we moving along, child? My brother doing fucking most today, Lord. He must be taking the dogs. All right, so let's start here.
And unfortunately, somebody made a statement about Sue me. So yeah, let's talk about that
A little bit more. So this is what she's talking about, Martell. All right, hold on. Let me get it back to the point. So here's what she's going to be talking about, Martell. Let's start it here. All right, here we go. This is where she's talking about the whole suing, where Martell said on the show, sue me, like where he told him, sue me. If you think that I'm lying about what I said about you, then go sue me. All right.
So, I've never told a lie on anybody. If I said it on any public figure, I meant it. I stand 10 toes down on what I say. And unfortunately, somebody made a statement about sue me. So yeah, let's talk about that. I have an attorney. And I spoke to my attorney. And my attorney informed me that being that you're a public figure, there's some things that you have no control over what people say about you. You know, there are some things that you can't sue over. And I'm not going to tell what those things are because I'll wait and see. But yeah, unfortunately, that you're a public figure, you're on a reality TV show, people can lie on you. That doesn't make it okay. When somebody actually sit down and tell a lie and say they saw you be intimate with someone, that was very low. Very low. And I was upset about that. That's what made me say what I said. Because I'm like, okay, you're going to speak lies on me, but let me just share a little bit of the truth. And that was a little bit. That's it. That's all. But that's not okay. And for all the ladies who's clapping him on and leading him on for saying something like that, low. Very low. Because at the end of the day, you're talking about lying on someone, saying that you actually saw them do something in the act. How desperate are you? That is so low.
But okay, with all due respect, when this situation came out, you guys remember when Tisha and Marceau went live on their Instagram channel, they were kind of talking about stuff with the show. They also, people in the comments were trying to get them to address the situation with Martell. Tisha was saying that the situation that Martell was speaking of happened when she was in college. So she kind of did allude to the fact that it may have happened, but that it happened around the time that she was in college before she and Marceau were together. Okay. So I'm a little confused right here, but let's continue.
And so for me, I was like, Tisha,
and this is what my attorney told me, you can waste your money and you can waste time, but you're not going to get anywhere with that. I say, bet. But you know what? Time. Thank God for time. Thank God for patience. Thank God for wisdom, because God is taking care of these things. Like when you know that people are lying on you, and honestly, you can't do anything about it. You can go back and forth all day and try to get in the gutter with them, but you know you're not going to win it because that's not your area. You don't fight in that. You have to really just sit back and be like, you know what, God.
All right. So anything that happens on Love and Marriage Huntsville, let me tell you guys how this shit works. Anything that happens on Love and Marriage Huntsville between the two of them, or anyone on the cast for that matter, it's understood within their contract they can't sue one another. So with her getting an attorney, it's okay to speak to an attorney and say, hey, what legal ramifications do I have in this situation? Da, 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 da. But in terms of following through and suing your castmate because they said something on the show, or maybe on social media, so to speak, you can't sue your cast member. And I think Martell knew that when he said on the show to Tisha and them, sue me if you think that. Okay, he even said it to Maurice as well, sue me. Like they know they can't sue each other. You can't do that. When you get to talking about suing people, most people on these reality shows that go and still push past that contract to say, I'm suing you, or they proceed to do so. Look at Nene Leakes. When she filed that lawsuit, her ass is not on motherfucking TV no more. Look at Britt Eady. Filed a lawsuit against NBC, Universal, and Bravo. You're not on the show anymore. It's understood when you sign your contract. There are going to be things that said, you're probably going to get into a fight. Somebody going to knock the shit out of you. But you can't sue because it's understood this is something that may happen in a heated argument and or scene on said show. So when you sign your contract and say, hey, this is what I'm getting paid, this could possibly happen while I'm on the show, that's what it is. So you can't go back and then say, you know what? This hurt my feelings a little bit. So let me go talk to my attorney and see what legal ramifications I can use here to go and sue said person. Now, it was fucked up what Martell did. I got to see this thing on both sides. It was very fucked up. Because who the fuck are you to tell somebody's personal business if they had an intimate moment and you just so happen to see the shit? Like, how grown are you, Martell? Martell is like a 10-year-old boy. Like, or girl, let's say girl, because he act real femalish with his bullshit. And he get on my nerves with that. But what I don't like is that he always like to spill other people's shit. And then when they call him out on his shit, everything is lies. Oh, you're lying. You're lying. I never did that. Until they show some real receipts like Melody did on his ass, where he said, oh, I never punched you. I never slapped you. But then she showed the motherfucking receipt where you apologize for doing the shit. So Martell, your hands are not clean either. So we're gonna have to see this thing both ways. We're gonna see this thing both ways. But Tisha, with all due respect, you did say on it. I can tell you guys the scene. Matter of fact, I can pull it. Where Tisha, y'all remember all of them were at the park for Destiny's whatever that was, Destiny's park situation, where they all got together and were playing games, when they were sitting under the tent thing at the picnic tables, where Martell started going off on Marceau. He was calling out some things with Tisha. He was saying, I saw you, you're very nasty, That is when Marceau also brought out that Ariane was nasty as well, and that she was getting ran through. Martell kind of turned up and got upset even more. But then when Martell says that he saw Tisha in college doing that Tisha was like, oh, that was in college. That was before my marriage and all this other stuff. So she kind of sort of alluded to like, yeah, it happened, but it was before I got married. Now she's saying here, she's admitting here that it embarrassed her, and that shit probably did embarrass her. He probably fucking did, because who wants people to know your intimate moments when you're, whether it's in the back seat in a hotel room, I don't give a fuck where it is. You don't want people knowing, especially on national television. And Martell knew exactly what the fuck he was doing. He was trying to embarrass the fuck out of her because he was pissed off at Marceau. So Tisha caught her straight by way of Martell lighting into Marceau's ass about some shit they had going on. Okay? And that's the problem when you hang with people and y'all have secrets that you're keeping amongst each other. I keep saying Martell is not the person you want to do shit around. That's just all period. Because Martell is like Santa Claus, bitch. He is making a list and checking it twice. And he gonna tell your shit. Let's continue.
Whatever this season is you want to take me through, let's go. And allow him to take care of these things for you. So I think time has told. Mm-hmm. And I think God ain't done yet. He is not done yet. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. But I'm so grateful for the husband that I have. And I think Marcel did a great job at handling himself. I think Marcel did a great job at handling himself. I think he did good at the meeting with them, and the beef, whatever it was crazy. But yeah.
All right, let me push it forward because we're not gonna listen to the whole thing, baby. I just pulled out some points that I thought was worth talking about. All right, Liz. So here's somebody ask a question about Melody in the comments. Y'all know that they were saying that Melody has some type of clause where they can't speak about her. So they asking in the comments something about Melody, but Tisha refuses to answer.
The Scotts believe Martell when he was talking about Mel. That's what you think? Okay. I'm not gonna even get into that, but okay.
Y'all see that? So they were asking, do the Scotts believe whatever Martell was having to say about Melody? Tisha thought about it. I think she was going to address it, but then she probably thought about, okay, we're really not supposed to be talking about Mel per whatever clause it is. So she decided to skip over that and not address that situation. Okay, so let's continue on because now they're going to ask about Chris Fletcher's license.
Let's talk about Chris real estate license. Y'all got to watch this show. Was they transparent about that, y'all? Transparent about that? Oh, I know what I want to talk about before I get to my next thing. Let's talk about Scout. Scout actually was started by Marcel and Martell. So Martell will always be the founding member of Scout.
Y'all hear that?
However,
Scout was started. She said Scout was started by Marcel and Martell, but Martell will also be the founding member. I think we showed that already when we showed the court documents, or I mean the paperwork regarding to Scout, like way back. For those of you that's been watching me for a long time, we showed you guys where Martell's name was still on there as one of the owners of the company. We kept asking, like, why the fuck is he sitting on the show asking, can he work with them again when you are literally a percentage of ownership of the business anyway? What we know. Most of that shit be storylines anyway, but still, let's continue.
I sold the apartment complex that we had. Yeah, like one of the apartment complexes that we had, Hunters Ridge, by the way. And for anybody who wants to do their research, pull it up. Infinity Pools, Infinity Properties. Go see the properties that we actually had. And it's so weird that they get on the TV show and trying to minimize us and minimize the things that we have done. When I met Marcel in college, he was flipping a house. When we work, anybody that invests in real estate, you know that if you don't own the property, you still have mortgage to pay, you have insurance to pay, you have upkeep. You have a rental in that property, but starting off, you ain't making no money in that property because everything you have, the rent that you're collecting is going towards upkeep, the mortgage, insurance, right? So my husband and I, since the time we was before reality TV, we got married in 2007.
That's why you charge a few $100s or so above the rent. All right. That's why you charge a little over for that overage. You gotta know how that shit work. I own property, so I know how that shit work. You gotta, take that shit above that. Instead of charging $900, charge, $1,100 and take that overage and put it towards other things and then into an account where, just in case some shit break down and you can pull from that in order to fix that. Let's continue.
Reality TV came out in 2018. So within that time frame, we had rental properties. We had a 60-unit apartment complex, a 12-unit apartment complex, and a 4-plex, right? I had a full-time job at Redstone. I was a loan officer at Redstone. That was my first job out of college. Marcel was a general manager at Monaco Pictures, by the way.
Monaco Pictures is the movie theater that you guys already know, where Martell brought it out on the show to say that Marcel was working at the movie theater and he got fired. It was saying that something inappropriate had happened with some girl, some Becky, there at the movie theater, which caused him to be fired. Let's continue.
Monaco Pictures, Marcel was the general manager there. When I had my third child, Mila, I decided that Marcel and I was like, your checks are pretty much going towards daycare and insurance, because at the time we didn't have family members here that can actually watch my kids for me, and I had 3 young kids. So we both decided that I should be a stay-at-home mom, and I took over the property management.
Hold up, she don't have family members there. They're in Huntsville, right? All of her family is really in Huntsville, right? Like Besma is not that far from Huntsville, correct? I'm confused.
Management side of our businesses. So in 2015, that's when I became a stay-at-home mom after Mila was born. Took over property management for our companies, and then the Hunter's Ridge, which was so crazy about it because the exact same unit we had at Hunter's Ridge was the unit that Marcel lived in when he was in college. So that was just like a crazy moment. Anyways, we sold Hunter's Ridge in 2016. In 2017, Monaco was taken over by Cinemark. Cinemark took over Monaco. And so during the transition, a lot of policies and things just didn't work out. Marcel ended up leaving.
You sure? Okay.
Marcel and Martell started Scott. Less than a year, we bought Martell out of Scott. No, he didn't walk away from Scott. No, he didn't give it to anybody. We actually gave him a check for $20,000 to be exact, bought him out of Scott for $20,000. Scott.
Where y'all get $20,000 from if Melody and Martell had to loan y'all cars because y'all cars were broke down and they were staying in the townhome, which was also owned by Mel and Martell, first season of Love and Marriage Huntsville. I'm confused. But
at that time was a startup business, negative, wasn't making any money. They was doing property preservation. Marcel got Scott. Marcel went to school to get his general contractor's license. Y'all saw it on the show. He actually got his license on the show. Got his general contractor's license. We got our first big deal with Scott was the apartment complex, Zen Garden.
We all know what Zen Garden was, right? Zen Garden sued them because of some work that they were supposed to do, some work that was not completed. There was some, we covered it. I covered it on my show. There were people who was contracted on there that they didn't even know about. According to Zen Garden, they sued Tisha and them. Y'all remember for X amount of millions or whatever. Tisha and them, they sued back because they were saying that Zen Garden had not paid them for the work that they done, even though the job was not completed. Zen Garden, in turn, had to hire another company, a contracting company, to come in. They had to tear down a building that Marceau and his company built. Okay, y'all know like the little, what they call it? What's the little building like in the front? They had to tear that completely down because it was not built correctly. So Zen Garden had to hire someone else to come in and redo all the work that Marceau and his team had done because it was not done correctly. From what I'm hearing as well, the road that they put in as well was not put in correctly. It was a lot of stuff that was not done correctly. So they wound up suing them. I think they had to put black up for collateral. And some other things as well in this lawsuit. Let's continue.
And y'all know how Zen Garden is. Y'all know the story about Zen Garden. COVID happened while we was building Zen Garden. Marcel had to sue them to collect his money. First big job, we had to sue them to collect our money for Zen Garden. Lesson learned. Financially, it was a financial lesson, but it was a lesson learned. After that, God is so freaking good. Scott has been, I think we built 3 hotels now. We got more hotels on the books. We've been doing build outs for different.
Is there a reason why these things are not mentioned on the show when Carlos has made it very much so clear that Love and Marriage Huntsville is about Black excellence? Like we've seen Chris Fletcher talk about real estate. We've seen him. He's taken us to a building where he actually purchased and said he was going to renovate and turn into some type of office. We've seen Nell at her daycare. We've seen Stormy do her thing with her business. We saw Destiny in her storage unit, child, where there was no air. We saw Martell sitting in the park talking about wine. We saw him in a couple seasons where he was trying to promote the wine until that shit didn't work no more because he don't have a distributor. But when it came to us seeing the business of what we did see Tisha and them at, was it show? We saw them filming in the office, but we did not actually see like actual business being ran. We did see a business that they said that they were building, but we did not see the completion of that. So I think that's something that a lot of people were saying they did not understand about, with the Scotts, that they're not actually showing their lives and what they do in business when the show is about Black business and business excellence. They want to see some houses you're building. They want to see some businesses. If you guys are talking about y'all did 3 different hotels, built 3 different hotels, show that on the show. Put that as a part of your business. All right. Melody showed her property preservation when she was on the show. So different people have shown what they've done. But I do remember in one of the, I want to say, Instagram videos that Tisha and Marceau was saying, we're not showing our business. We're not talking about our business. But why not? When you're on a show about Black excellence and business. People want to see, people want to know. If you're on a reality show, you got to be transparent and show your life, your business, and what it is that you do. This is the first I've heard about 3 hotels being built by Schultz Realty. This is the first time I've heard this shit. I heard about the first one, but we never heard anything else about it. About the completion, anything. We haven't seen pictures. We have seen nothing about it. Not to say that they didn't do it, but we've not seen and or heard anything else about it.
Businesses, and it's booming. Scope is a multi-million-dollar company as of today. So when I tell you everything happened in life for a reason, you have to sit back, trust God, trust the process. So thank God. You know what I'm saying? Scope is where it is today. Yeah, doing well, doing great. If Scott Realty, doing well, doing great. Thank you, Jesus. Black, doing well, doing great. And so when you guys on this show try to minimize what my husband has accomplished in his life, and we haven't had anybody to give us a freaking dime, we had to work hard for where we're at in life.
No one has to give you a dime, but they did say that they had to stay in Mel and Martell's townhome, that you guys did have to drive Mel and Martell's cars because you guys' cars were broken down. That Mel and them did have to kind of help you guys along before y'all kind of got y'all footing. And with Martell, mostly Martell and Mel, because I do remember Melody said that she and Martell initially started Holt, which was a company that they started. It was a company before they named it Holt that Mel and Martell originally started. But then when they sold the company over to Tisha and Marceau for a very reasonable amount, I remember Melody talking about it. They then changed the company to Holt, which was Holt and Scott Realty put together. Which then, if Tisha and them say they spent $20,000, I can't debunk that because I don't know. But I do remember Melody says that there was a business that she and Martell put together that they started, that they sold to Tisha and Marceau to give them a business, or to have, so that they could have a business and kind of get started. So you got to kind of give reverence where it's due. If someone helped you do that, then do that. Because I do remember Marceau saying in a live once when people was like, you seem a bit ungrateful from the Holts stepping in and kind of helping you guys and giving you guys a little start as related to real estate and stuff like that. And Marceau was like, I've already thanked them and I'm not going to keep thanking them every time the conversation comes up. So it's kind of like he indirectly acknowledged the fact that Melody and Martell did kind of help out a little bit. And it's okay. It's always okay to give someone credit where credit is due. So don't just say, well, yeah, you probably did work really hard, but you kind of did get a head start by someone else creating a business, selling it to you, which then gave you your footing to be able to move forward in business. That's all I'm saying. And that's no shade.
Just because we don't brag about it, don't mean we ain't doing it. Marcel was born in the 70s. I was born in the 80s. We have our head down. We work hard. That's it. That's all we know. That's all we know how to do. Work hard. Do what you're supposed to do. Ain't nobody out here trying to brag and impress people. Not even people in Huntsville. Like we ain't on that. The other day, y'all, I almost cried because I went to Scott Manor and it is going up. It is going up. So for me, this girl who grew up in the projects on the south side of Bessemer, Alabama, my very first house that I lived in, that I own, was the home that I built with my husband when we first got married. We built a house and we moved into our brand new home after our marriage. So when I think about where I came from, where I'm at today, the way that,
again, fair use.
This man has led me, and the way he leads our family and how hard he worked for us, I can't do anything but really praise God and thank God, because I could envision this life right now. And we have to work extremely hard. It's not easy, but it is so worth it. And I am so grateful for my husband every single freaking day. Every day. So don't be out here trying to minimize my man. My man out here doing what he's supposed to do, because that's my man. Okay? And I thank God for him every single day. And I don't want you to get emotional on this live because we're talking about something here. So, got so good. And so,
all right, so let's move ahead. All right, we're about done. I got one more little piece that I want to share, and then we're going to get out of here. Oh, she's going to, okay, in this particular clip, she's kind of giving Nell a compliment, but then she's still a little offended by Nell cussing her out and telling her to stay out her motherfucking business. So we're going to play that. All right, we're combing through, honey. I said, oh, this is going to be a good little read here. All right, so let's start it here.
It is what it is. The day gonna end, right? So yeah. You say you need to block symmetry? Why? Taylor, why? Let me see what's going on.
Wait,
thank you.
Go back, partner. Hold on. Let's go back some more. Hold on. I try to put my points on here. All right, so
Right. So yeah. You say you need to block symmetry? Why? Taylor, why? Let me see what's going on. Thank you.
all right, let's see if it's here.
Yeah, it's been a lot of throwing under the bus situations, but hey. Chocolate in a bottle. It is going to be, we're going to be posting some stuff about chocolate in a bottle. Chocolate in a bottle very soon. Stay tuned. That's my problem. I be speaking too fast, and then I be stumbling up on my words. I'm like saying it too fast. Like, girl, slow down. Slow down. Why you rushing? So, yeah, now chocolate in the bottle is going to be coming back soon. Okay, thank y'all. Symmetry didn't do anything. So, Taylor's a troll. Oh my God, stop it. I have some moderators on here already. So
I think there was an issue with distributors for the chocolate in the bottle situation from what I was hearing. Also, y'all know Martell had the same issue with his wine situation. He did not have the money to continue to pay the distributor to keep his wine business going. So that kind of collapsed. But I know at one point you could only get chocolate in a bottle like at Black, like you could go there and get it you couldn't get it online for a while. So I'm not sure what they're doing as related to that, but that's what she's talking about.
It should be looking for like some of the people that's, you know, being negative. But you know what, at the end of the day, y'all, you cannot block all the negative people. You can't block all the hate. I be trying to, and it's just like, okay, some people gonna creep through, you know what I'm saying? But if that make you happy in life, do you? Because we're succeeding over here. This is the winning team. If y'all gonna pick a team, pick the winning team.
I heard that before. Did Mel say that? I think Mel said this is the winning team or something like that.
Okay, pick the right team. Y'all better pick the right team. Pick the right freaking team. So yeah. Butterfly told me to get her some. Okay, you gotta get up out of here. T Squad.
Okay. So,
okay. You want the T Squad shirt?
Hold up, because she kind of gave some marital advice for Trish, I think it was. Let me start here.
Back to the show. It was a part about marriage with I think they were talking to Ken and Trish about marriage and being ready for marriage. And what I can say about that is that, are you really ready? Like, you ain't really, ready. We don't know when. I don't think you're really ready for marriage anyways. You grow through it. You get in it. As long as you guys coming over with the right mindset, you're going to grow together. You're going to make mistakes together, but you're going to stay together and thug it out together. Just like being a parent. You ain't never 100% prepared and ready to be a parent, but you do that. I can't curse because it's my baby right here, but you do that. You know what I'm saying? And you incorporate things that your parents taught you that you like, and the things that your parents that you didn't like, you don't incorporate those things when you're raising your kids. Marriage, you're going to grow through it.
All right, so she says that she don't believe that Ken and Trish are ready for marriage. I don't think they're ready for marriage either. I ain't gonna hold you. I don't think I really don't. I think Ken needs to move on. I think that he's wasted a lot of his time on Trish. I ain't even gonna hold you. Trish is in a whole nother mindset. I feel like Trish is comfortable with having Ken around because it's a male in the house and somebody who take up time with her kids and spend money on her and help with them fucking bills around there. And she gets some occasional dick too. But at the end of the day, do I feel like they're ready to be married? Hell no. You just got divorced. Just maybe a month or so ago. So no, I think she needs to take that time for herself so that she can figure out her next step and what she wants to do. If she chooses to still date Ken, which I think the shit is hella toxic, but hey, who am I, child, to tell you anything? Go and stay and deal with that bullshit. If y'all want to work out together, honey, get all the muscles y'all can get. But Ken, I feel like Ken is a bitch ass nigga, and I stand on that. I don't fool Ken like that. Y'all know Ken tried to up and read me down, and I had to tear his ass up. Because he kind of got a little smart with me for something that I said that he felt he didn't like, and it's cool. He's entitled to his opinion, and I'm entitled to mine. But at the end of the day, do I feel like they're ready for marriage? Absolutely not. So I gotta agree with Tisha on that part right there. Okay, and I never thought that I would say some shit like that. But what do you guys think? We're gonna stop it there because I gotta end my show. Thank you guys so much for coming over and enjoying the show. All right, I gotta get out of here, y'all. Gotta get out of here. So I gotta get my work done. All right, so thank you guys. Thank you guys. Y'all's crazy. Thank you guys for joining. All right, to my top flight mods, Scorpion Miss, Sweet Essence, Rose Armstead, True TV Podcast, KBR, and Tyra. Thank y'all so much for coming on over. Thank you so much to all the content creators that may have stopped by. Chef Don, if you were here, thank you. Shay Renee, Schoolboy, Sunny Days, Brown Skin Girl, if you here, Erica, Yvette Podcast, thank you. Simple Mom Family TV, Purple Unicorn, the Stu Queen B, Just the T, please. Dear Retalk Show, if you're here, thank you. Miss Didi, thank you for stopping by. Mods, can you please drop down and let me know if there's anyone that I may have missed in terms of, Messy Host ATL. I see you, love. Yes, thank you for stopping by here. You guys check out all of these content creators and y'all support them, okay? Hit the like button. Let them know that you're in the building. Don't be doing them like you be doing me and don't hit the like, all right? Because y'all be doing too much. But thank you guys so much for being over here and supporting. I see you, Purple Unicorn. Thanks for being here, love. Thank y'all and all my Caramelians. Y'all know, Drop the Mic Crime Edition. Thanks for being here. Drop the Mic Crime Edition. She is a content creator as well. You guys support, okay? I do love each and every one of those content creators, okay? Thank y'all for supporting. I see her. Drop the mic. Thanks for being here, dear. All right. So we're going to get on out of here on that note. All right. Thank you guys. Enjoy your hump day. I will be dropping back in for our midday pop-in a little bit later on. Shout out to the 801 watching, the 800 watching. Y'all in here deep, girl. Okay. Love you guys. Down into the next video, honey. Let's go.
When you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yo, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They'll deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. You got a mind, but even that could change. You could flip the gray matter like some batter in your brain. That's why I say, fake it till you make it A. And if you play that game, then you just might make a change. Rearrange all the bad to okay. Take the worst thoughts saying, turn them to a game. Take the best thoughts saying, put them on display. On repeat in your brain till you're feeling no more pain. Never slow yourself down, you can do some more. Push past all the pain and you'll find a door. Open it up and finally explore everything that you thought you could never do before. And even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Even when you